WCBN FM Ann Arbor. My name is Josh, and I'm joined here by my partner tonight, Charlie Mitchell, for Michigan basketball on a Thursday night, getting close to Thanksgiving. The Michigan Wolverines, the 3-1 Michigan Wolverines, facing off against the Tarleton State Texans. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We're really excited for this game to see how Michigan continues to look and evolve as it gels together with its really kind of new look team, has had some of those really flashes of excitement and greatness across a lot of its roster. Bright spots including Trey Donaldson, Danny Wolf, and other players on Michigan's roster. Damari Burnett was the leading scorer against Miami, Ohio in a 94-67 win for the Wolverines. But they have had some turnover issues. Really turned the ball over a lot in the first half as they continue to try to gel. This is a high-paced team who loves to push in transition, but naturally that kind of leads to some turnovers. However, there has been a little bit of some issues trying to gel and some careless passes that will need to be cleaned up. So now I'll bring in Charlie as we get set for this game. Charlie, what are your kind of thoughts? What do you want to see from Michigan this evening against the Texans?
I mean, the main thing that the talk of the team for the first 4 games of Dusty May's era, the Dusty May era here at Michigan, has been the turnover issues. I mean, I believe they're averaging around 17 turnovers per game. That is among the highest in the nation. It has been a major issue. And if it's not cleaned up throughout the season, it's going to cost Michigan a lot of games. Because when Michigan doesn't turn the ball over, they're among one of the most efficient teams in the country. They're shooting, as a team, they're shooting at 41% from 3. They're averaging 83 points per game. They are an extremely effective team when they don't turn the ball over. And that, unfortunately, for over the course of the first 5 games of the year, they've done it at a much higher rate than they need to. I mean, I think this is best exemplified with Danny Wolf. Danny Wolf has had an incredible year so far, and he's shown a lot of promise. The problem is he's currently averaging 5 turnovers per game. I mean, it's something that absolutely needs to be cleared up, and if we can see a lot of improvement in this game so far, especially in the first half where most of these turnovers have occurred, that's a very positive step, especially with Michigan entering the early season tournament in the Fort Myers tip-off against Virginia Tech for Thanksgiving week. So, Josh, what else do you have to say about this game?
Absolutely.
So far?
I think one of the things that I've really been impressed with Michigan is their shot selection on offense. So they've been able to get into their offense. Not one of those teams that has little ball movement. Some of the struggles that we kind of saw in the Juwan Howard era, some of this ISO ball, they really love to pass the ball, and obviously some of that has led to the turnovers. But I also think, also defensively they've been a little bit good. And they've been able to get into some of those defensive sets have been really solid, not giving up a lot of open looks. And that was kind of on display against Miami of Ohio, who made some really nice shots early on in the game, but ultimately kind of regressed a little bit to the mean. As the starters are announced for the Wolverines tonight, starting for Michigan is the usual starting 5 of Trey Donaldson. Really has kind of been the star of this Michigan team, the Auburn transfer. Damari Burnett, one of the few holdovers from the Juwan Howard team from Juwan Howard's team from last year. Roddy Gale Jr., the Ohio State transfer, Danny Wolf, the Yale transfer, and Vlad Golden, who really has kind of struggled earlier, but was a standout at FAU, averaging around, 15.7 points per game. For the Tarleton State Texans, will be Boo Boo Benjamin is their leading scorer, averaging 15 points a game, number 11 for the Texans. He's their only player, as I said, averaging above 10 points a game. Chris Mpaka, the forward, averaging 9 points per game. Nick Crass, Ronnie Harrison, and Jordan Mizell for Tarleton State. So we are just approaching tip-off now, and really looking forward to this game. Fans are getting up and excited as tip-off is about to happen. We got Golden versus Chris Mpaka.
Michigan in all maize uniforms tonight, Tarleton State in all purple.
Michigan and Tarleton State actually played here a few years ago, a little Wednesday before Thanksgiving till. Michigan won 65-54, had a lot of turnovers, 21 turnovers in this game against Tarleton State 3 years ago. We'll see if those turnover woes, well, of course, a very different team, continue to fester and played the Wolverines a little bit today in a game that they are heavily expected to win. I think it's more one of those about how you look versus, what the actual result is. And here we go as the tip-off is lost by Vlad Golden, and Tarleton State will start it off with the ball. Bringing the ball up is Jordan Mizell, who passes it to Nick Crass. Passing it around now, Boo Boo Benjamin handling the ball. Gets it back to Jordan Mizell, who gets it to Nick Crass. Looking Michigan really swarming defensively. 7 seconds to the shot clock. Tarleton State can't get a shot. Mizell trying to find something. It's going to end up having to chuck up something. Gets to the free throw line. Pulls up, misses. Rebounded by Danny Wolf.
Great defensive set right there.
And now pushing the ball up in transition is Trey Donaldson, who gets his shot to the rim. Gets the and one. Trey Donaldson and one to start the game for the Wolverines.
Trey Donaldson has been probably the transfer I've been most impressed about so far this season. He came over from Auburn. He's averaging 14 points per game and shooting 60% from three. He's gone through some cold stretches this year. He did not score in the first half against Miami, Ohio, and exploded for 16 points.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Really nice drive there to get the N1. As the fans go quiet for the free throw. Donaldson puts up the free throw, and it's good. Michigan has, other than Trey Donaldson, has struggled a little bit at the free throw line. You know, a little bit meager, around 70-ish%. We'll see what happens now as Michigan goes in a little bit of a press early against the Texans. And now bringing up the ball is Ronnie Harrison Jr. Harrison now gets it to Mizell. Mizell waits at the top near the block M at center court. Gets it back to Ronnie Harrison Jr. Gets it to, now swinging the ball around. Boo Benjamin looking to drive. Benjamin pulls up from the bottom of the court. Misses, and now Danny Wolf is bringing the ball up. Wolf now getting to the top of the key, who kicks it to Namari Burnett. Burnett then passes it to Wolf back at the top of the key. Wolf trying to find someone open, gets it to Golden, kicks it back to Wolf. Golden now kicks it to a cutting Namari Burnett, who lays it in. 5-0 Wolverines early on. Michigan continuing to press early, getting all the shots at once with some really nice and easy ball movement, Charlie.
Yeah, great pass right there on that drive. Burnett was wide open right there on the cut into the basket.
Trey Donaldson is hounding Jordan Mizell right now for the Texans. Now with the ball, as it will be an illegal screen, it looks like offensive foul on Tarleton State. And they will turn the ball over. And that foul will go on Chris Mpaka, his first of the game. Michigan will get possession. Tarleton State now going with a little bit of a press. The Wolverines up already 5-0. You know, I think the turnovers have really been kind of the point of emphasis from Dusty May. And, you know, early on, you know, they've had some turnover woes early on. As Donaldson finds a cutting to Meyer Burnett, who goes up for the poster dunk, misses but gets the foul call.
Second foul in Mpaka. That's going to be big. Michigan with a lot of size, and that's Tarleton State's leading forward right there. So we'll see. He might have to sit pretty soon here.
Yeah, we'll see. Tarleton State isn't necessarily D team. They actually finished second in the WAC, in the Western Athletic Conference last year, for losing to UT Arlington in the conference tournament. This year doesn't seem like they had that kind of level. So Burnett goes to the line, shooting 2 free throws. Burnett dribbles, waits. First free throw is up, and it is good.
Yeah,
6-0.
Tarleton State's actually among one of the younger programs in D1 college basketball. They have only moved up to D1 in 2020, and they are.
Burnett looks at the basket, takes a couple dribbles. Ooh, maybe a little lane violation.
Yep.
And it will be called a lane violation on Michigan. So that free throw, that second free throw that was actually made by Burnett will not count. The score remains 6-0 Wolverines as Michigan will go back into a press, hounding this Tarleton State team early on. But Michigan with points on all 3 of its offensive possessions so far. Bringing up the ball now for the Texans is Nick Krass, who gets it back to Jordan Mizell. Now Boo Benjamin gets it poked away in a nice little steal. Looks like nice poke there by Roddy Gale Jr., but it looks like the ball or he was actually just a little bit out of bounds.
Roddy Gale has been extremely effective at causing turnovers. He's averaging 1.8 steals per game thus far. I mean, and in general, this Michigan team has been, compared to past years, has been a lot better at disrupting passing lines.
It's all about trying to force those turnovers without committing fouls. So far, Michigan's done this. Boo Benjamin pulls up from 3 at the top of the key and gets it to go. Boo Benjamin, the leading scorer for Tarleton State, gets an early 3 and a much-needed one for the Texans as Danny Wolf now handling the ball. Draws a foul there on Ronnie Harrison.
We're less than 3 minutes into the game, and Tarleton State has picked up their 4th foul.
Michigan going to be going back to the free throw a lot most likely today. As now Roddy Gale is looking to inbound the ball. That ball gets tipped by Harrison.
Yeah,
who remained in the
there
game.
was just that was great inbound defense right there. There wasn't a single guy to get it through. They get a deflection, but it remains Michigan basketball.
Wolverines will get a little bit of a do-over here. 17:35 to go in the first half, 23 on the shot clock. As now the inbounds pass will get into Danny Wolf in the backcourt. Dribbles so nice and elegant a little bit with the ball, given his size, who gets it into Mari Burnett. Burnett is looking to drive, goes under, rims out. Good look there by Burnett, but just didn't go near the rim. And now bring up the ball is Nick Crass.
We've seen
trying to get something over Tarleton State. And an offensive foul there, and that I think will be number 3 on Mpaka. An offensive foul, and surely he's going to have to be out of the game. The Texans, is already going to be out of the game with 3 fouls.
And coming into the game is Izzy Miles, another guard. So they're going to go small. It looks like they're going to have to go small.
They're going to go really small against Michigan's big lineup. So you have to imagine this bodes well for the Wolverines.
Let's see if Michigan tries to establish Vlad Golden right here. He has struggled in the early part of the season.
Really has. I think that's been one of the kind of surprises. You kind of expected him in some ways to potentially be the best player on this team.
And it looks like Michigan is struggling with this high pressure from Tarleton State. Let's see if they can. Vlad Golden loses the ball at the top of the key.
Golden as Trey Donaldson gets the ball from Golden. Donaldson trying to go to work with 7 seconds of the shot clock. Kicks it to Burnett. A deep 3 from Namari Burnett. And that goes. Deep 3 from Namari Burnett. And Michigan is up 9-3.
Namari Burnett extremely aggressive right here to begin the game. He has been on an absolute tear the last 2 games. Had 16 against TCU and 18 against Miami, Ohio. And there's going to be a foul called on Roddy Gale.
And that'll just be the Wolverines' first foul of the game. But Namari Burnett already starting this game with a 3. He's up to 6 points. Obviously could have easily had 7 at that lane violation. Didn't happen. Really been one of the stars and diamonds of the rough for Michigan's rough season from last season. As now Tarleton State is with the ball. And Izzy Miles is trying to go to work. And
it gets deflected by Golden.
Yeah, Golden and Wolf going down there. Wolf kicks the ball to Roddy Gale, who drives inside. Gale gets to the rim. No good, but the putback by Vlad Golden. Golden's first points of the game give the Wolverines an 11-3 advantage. As now Michigan finds itself with an 8-point cushion. Tarleton State still struggling early on to get anything going offensively.
Another deflection for Golden.
By Golden as Danny Wolf kicks it to Mari Burnett. Wolf trying to go inside. Bounce passes it to Golden. Some defenders colliding and falling down. And Namari Burnett open for a corner 3, and that misses, but a tip by Danny Wolf to get the offensive rebound to Roddy. It looks like it'll be called off. Don't know exactly what the whistle was. Looks like an over the back foul on Danny Wolf. But Michigan holding an 11-3 lead at the under 16 media timeout. But Michigan only with 1 turnover so far.
Yeah,
not bad.
I would like to say that was some beautiful passing in that last possession. Just couldn't knock down the 3.
Yeah,
Again,
a wide open look for Burnett in the corner. You expect him to hit that 7-8 times out of 10. Didn't go, but he has been one of the key factors so far in building this early lead for Michigan.
I mean, this lead again, Michigan off to a very good start right here. They've cut down on the turnovers. Usually in these games, Michigan has turned the ball over on consecutive possessions. But they only won so far. Through the under 16 timeout, Namari Burnett has of course been the main focal point of this game. 6 points already with 4 shot attempts. Of course, he got fouled on a dunk attempt. Wolf picks up the foul. He might lose some time. He has 4 rebounds already. Trey Donaldson has with an assist early in the game. And Golden with making a big impact in defensive end. He has 2 blocks already for his in the first 16 through the under 16 timeout. Josh, would you like to say anything?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's certainly been the start that I think Michigan and the fans and people that were looking to see what they could see some improvement early. Michigan has really coughed the ball up early in its last 2 games against both TCU and also against Miami of Ohio. So not having some of those early turnovers, I think will put maybe a little bit some of those worries to ease, is that they're trying to slowly work through things and figure them out. But, I've really been impressed with what I've seen so far. Good ball movement, getting very good shots as well. I think one of the things I talked about in the open was some of Michigan's shot selection. That has certainly continued into today.
They have missed a couple of easier shots, especially around the basket. Namari Burnett missed a layup. Roddy Gale missed one too, but thankfully Golden was back. Michigan was right there to get the putback.
And those second chance points were good. I think I think seeing if Vlad Golden can get going today, I think would be really nice for Michigan. If he can have a nice double-digit scoring game for the Wolverines. Really struggled early on his time at Michigan. Was so good at FAU on that Final Four team, and even last year with 15 points per game. He's the one, kind of transfer in Dusty May's program from FAU coming to Michigan. And Michigan was trying to get John L. Davis as well, but didn't work out from there. But you expect him with such familiarity with May to really kind of come in and be the leader, have that impact on a team with such new faces, guys coming in from all over the country through the transfer portal. A couple holdovers, of course. But it's certainly been, other than Golden, I think, some of the new players have really impressed. And there's plenty of time, of course, for Vlad Golden to really kind of get it going.
Yeah, I would actually say the two highest profile transfer players Michigan got were Roddy Gale Jr. from Ohio State, who averaged 14 points per game last year, and Vlad Golden. And they've had some issues. They've struggled a bit at the start of the season. But the rest of the transfers have played very good so far this year, and it's a very encouraging sign for this Michigan team.
Starting five still out there for the Wolverines as Izzy Miles is holding the ball, who gets it to Ronnie Harrison Jr. Harrison tries to drive it on Golden, runs out of room, kicks it to Izzy Miles, who drives in for the easy layup. A nice little pass there to feed Miles. Is now an 11-5 ball game as Roddy Gale trying to go to work. Kicks it to Namari Burnett in the corner, gets it down to Golden down low. Kicks it to Trey Donaldson for 3, and that is off. And Gale trying to punch out for the rebound, and Tarleton State will bring up the ball here.
Yeah, Tarleton State bringing a lot of pressure in the defensive end. They want to try to force those Michigan turnovers, and so far Michigan has not. Michigan's been able to break it for the most part so far, and prevent some of those 50-50-ish passes that have caused a lot of their turnovers.
Brass kicks it out to Jordan Mizell. Mizell trying to find something with 4 seconds on the shot clock. Now going to chuck it, pass it to for a 3, and that'll go. A 3 from Boo Boo Benjamin, and he has 6 points and 2 threes. That was a really nice shot as the shot clock was winding down, and all of a sudden it's an 11-8 game for just Wolverines lead, as now Trey Donaldson looks like he walked there, took a little bit of a hop as he was trying to lay it in, go to work down low.
Coming into the game, Sam Walters, Will Cheddar, and Reuben Jones. Coming out, Vlad Golden, Danny Wolf, and Trey Donaldson.
Will Cheddar with a little bit of a haircut. So yeah, we got a few new faces. Reuben Jones also in the game for the Wolverines. So Walters, Cheddar, and Reuben Jones in. Meyer Burnett and Roddy Gale Jr. are the two starters that are still in the game. Tarleton State will now bring up the ball, down 11-8 early on here at Crisler Center. Now Benjamin has the ball, kicks it to Jordan Mizell, gets it back down below the basket. A nice strip there from Meyer Burnett, but he was out of bounds, so Tarleton State will keep possession. His foot might have just been on the end line. Tarleton State will be inbounding that. We'll see. Yeah, it looks like Burnett might have just been out of bounds. Tarleton State will inbound it under the basket. Boo Boo Benjamin kicks it to Izzy Miles. Miles at the top of the key.
And it'll
be an off-ball foul. That one might go against. And that'll go against Reuben Jones, his first of the game.
They have Reuben Jones matched up against Boo Boo Benjamin right now. I would say Reuben Jones is probably Michigan's best on-ball defender as of right now. So
he's been excellent, but definitely a little bit prone to foul trouble. I think he was in foul trouble against Miami of Ohio as well.
Checking into the game is LJ Kaysen. He comes in for.
Looks like it came in for Roddy Gale, yeah. So 4 of the 5 starters out of the game. Burnett's the only holdover at this point. Boo Benjamin has the ball with the shot clock wind down. He'll take a heat check 3, and that one will be off. Rebounded by LJ Kaysen, who's going to bring the ball up. Kaysen kicks it to Walters, who's a sharpshooter from 3, shooting 8 of 15 on the year from 3. Now gets it to Will Cheddar, who passes it to Walters, gets it to Kaysen. Down below, he runs out of room on the baseline. Walters kicks it to Reuben Jones. So much passing going on. Ultimately, an open shot will come. Walters gets it to Reuben Jones. Jones trying to drive inside with 6 seconds on the shot clock. And now, shot clock winding down. A shot. Namari Burnett will get off just as the shot clock is winding down. No good. Cheddar tried to go for the putback, and that blocked away.
They're going to call a foul, I think, against Burnett. Loose ball
foul on Namari Burnett as he was trying to tie up Tarleton State. But Michigan on about a 3-minute scoring drought right now after an 11-3 start.
Yeah,
don't want to allow
Michigan
Tarleton State to kind of hang around.
Great out of the timeout. Of course, they brought in a new lineup, and they have not yet as you mentioned, a 3-minute scoring drought.
Yeah, they tried for some ball movement early. Ultimately led to nothing. Tarleton State stayed disciplined as trying to go for a trap now. Shot under the basket, and that is blocked. Rebounded by Tarleton State. I believe that was blocked by
Sam Walters.
Sam Walters there. 5 seconds of the shot clock. And now Mizell going to the rim, and he gets fouled by Kaysen. Foul with just a couple seconds left on the shot clock there. First personal foul of the game. But Tarleton State will be going to the free throw line.
Yeah, and Michigan has since the under 16 timeout picked up 4 fouls. Now both teams are dead even in the foul margin.
Yeah, no, Michigan committed a lot of fouls, not as many of those turnovers. First free throw missed by Mizell. And Justin Pippen will come in for Navarre Burnett to the full second unit for Michigan. Their 10-deep lineup is kind of on display right now. Pippen comes in. Still yet to score in a Michigan uniform. Has been solid as the free throw goes down for Mizell. And it's now an 11-9 lead for Michigan.
Yeah, Pippen comes into the game. He missed the first 2 games of injury, and ever since, he has showed a lot of glimpses as a great on-ball defender as long as a playmaker.
Kaysen now gets the ball stolen on a pass to Will Shedder. And going up for the dunk is Ronnie Harrison Jr. And now we have a game knotted up at 11, an 8-0 run for Tarleton State. Michigan has really struggled to score the basketball on almost a 4-minute scoring drought at this point.
And a bit of a bailout foul at midcourt. Reuben Jones tried to get the ball up court, gets fouled by Izzy Miles. That will be his first.
First foul against Izzy Miles. Flag Golden now checking back in for Michigan. Michigan trying to end this drought, struggling against the Texans after a nice little start. You thought they might run away with this, but not so fast. Pippen bringing up the ball. Gets to Kaysen now, back to Pippen. Back to Kaysen, who's now trying to find someone open. Justin Pippen with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Not really looking to shoot. Gets to the Kaysen, gets to the Walters. He's going low. And it looked like a jump ball will be called, and that will keep possession with Michigan. But that takes us to the under 12 timeout here in the first half. And certainly a surprising 4-minute segment there as Tarleton State goes on an 8-0 run to tie this game. Michigan struggling to find anything offensively.
Yeah, I mean, Tarleton State has brought a lot of defensive pressure, and Michigan early on was able to get some nice cuts to the basket, break that easily. Not in the last 4-minute stretch. Michigan has not been able to get any clean shots off, and Tarleton State is playing off a lot of defensive effort right now. They are playing their hearts out to swarm the ball right now. And on the defensive end, they've been able, while they haven't been exactly been efficient, they are now shooting 40% from the field. Boo Boo Benjamin has hit 2 big threes in this game so far. Ronnie Harrison got the breakaway layup from the steal.
Yeah, I mean, Michigan with 3 turnovers, so not as much as maybe they've had to start some of those previous games, but not getting that high shot selection that they want, especially in that last 4-minute segment. So I think, maybe a little bit trade-offs. I think one of the things that Tarleton State has been very good at is not committing those open turnovers that have allowed Michigan to really kind of run and get those nice fast break opportunities. That's one of the things that Michigan has really thrived and excelled at. As we are still in the under 12 media timeout here. I think it'll be interesting to see how this Michigan second unit responds. If they can really just kind of get out a lead and coast to it, or let Tarleton State continue to hang around for a longer. Boo Boo Benjamin has been very solid, 6 points, 2 of 3 from 3 out of 2 of 4 shooting overall. And a couple of nice threes, especially that second 3 hit. I mean, as the shot clock was winding down.
Through their first 4 games this year, I think you've seen Michigan be streaky very often. I mean, the Wake Forest game, they got off to a hard start and then just got cold for a good portion of that second half.
Yeah, the second half offensively was really, really
and then
tough.
The Miami-Ohio game got off to a very slow start against Miami-Ohio. Of course, exploded at the end of the first half and throughout basically the entire second half and won that game 94-60, around about 94-60.
Yeah, no, definitely interesting stuff. I mean, I kind of think, it's very interesting to think about how, some of those things that you were touching on, Charlie, with some of those turnovers and other kind of, some of those other struggles with the spurts, especially. I think one of the things that, especially going into a Big Ten, a 20-game Big Ten schedule, so many different teams you're going to have to face, and go on the road in the Big Ten's never going to be easy. Those droughts cannot happen because you're going to be able to give, especially when you go on the road, other teams momentum, as you saw in Wake Forest. And, kind of seeing that those trends, those are going to have to get corrected. We would hope for those to get ironed out in a game like this against Tarleton State, but hasn't been that yet. But I think these next 12 minutes will be a little bit telling on if Michigan can continue to have that excellent ball movement that they've had in some of the early games without turning the ball over.
Yeah, so there's the timeout called by Michigan is about to end, and Michigan will get the ball back, about 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Lineup is Sam Walters, Reuben Jones, L.J. Casons, Justin Pippen, and Vlad Golden.
Yep. Boo Benjamin still out there for Tarleton State. Looks like they run a pretty short rotation as the inbounds pass from Pippen goes to Golden, who finds a cutting Reuben Jones. He goes up and under, misses the layup, rebounded by Golden, who gets it up. And I think that was a goal 10. And it looks like that'll count. Basket good by Vlad Golden off a goaltend by Tarleton State. Michigan now up 13-11.
Vlad Golden with an early 4 points. He's averaged 6 points per game, and that's Michigan's first points since
he's been great on the offensive glass as well. I think some of the rebounding was a little bit of a struggle. He's a great, defender, but when it comes to the rebounding, I think that's an area where he struggled. He's been good so far tonight against a small Tarleton State lineup. Now holding the ball is Nick Crass, who gets it to Ronnie Harrison. Harrison trying to find a shot, kicks it back out to Izzy Miles with the 6 seconds of the shot clock. Tarleton State trying to limit the possession to take the shot clock winding down. Is now Jordan Mazzell is going to the rim. A circus shot goes down. 13-13. The game is back. It ties. Michigan's trying to run in transition with Pippen, who misses the layup in transition. It was well contested by Tarleton State. As now they'll hold the ball and try to continue to limit Michigan's possessions. It's an interesting game plan strategy tonight.
Yeah, Michigan's gone ice cold. I mean, of course, there was a great outlet pass to Justin Pippen. He just could not finish on the opposite end.
And now Nick Crass trying to get it. And up under layup is blocked by Vlad Golden. There by Ronnie Harrison. As now Reuben Jones gets it, kicks it to Sam Walters for 3. And that is off. Justin Pippen on the rebound and gets the putback to go for his first points as a Wolverine. The son of Scottie Pippen gets his first points in a Michigan uniform.
Great effort play right there. Managed to get the offensive rebound for the putback.
Pippen there able to recover a little bit as Tarleton State was bringing the ball up. Now holding the ball is Izzy Miles, who gets it to Harrison. And an errant pass there intended for Boo Benjamin results in a turnover.
Tarleton State tried to go high-low right there. Just a bad entry pass right there, and it goes straight out of bounds. Trey Donaldson and Danny Wolf check into the game for L.J. Cason and Sam Walters.
Now Justin Pippen inbounding the ball. Tarleton State pressing, which is slowing Michigan down as Justin Pippen is bringing the ball up for the Wolverines, up 15-13. Now just about halfway into the first half here at Crisler Center. Donaldson back into the game, is holding the ball right now. Gets a screen from Wolf. Wolf now going up to the rim, who passes it to Reuben Jones, who kicks it to Justin Pippen for 3. And goes over the backboard and misses off the bounce off the rim. And now Pippen will quickly sub out with 9:58 to go in the first half. With Roddy Yale coming in his place. Still thought, Pippen had some nice looks and opportunities there.
Yeah. Now Michigan brings back in their starting lineup with the exception of Namari Burnett. Currently, Reuben Jones is in the game, and he's on ball right now.
Tarleton State trying to pass the ball around the backcourt. Now holding the ball is Boo Benjamin near the top of the key. He's trying to go to work down low. And Mazzell has it out of bounds. Another Tarleton State turnover. Gives Michigan the basketball right back. Some of these Tarleton State turnovers are buying Michigan time to get hot shooting. Danny Wolf, Roddy Gale, Reuben Jones still scores for the Wolverines. Donaldson with 3 and Golden with 4 of the players that are currently on the floor. Donaldson gets it to Danny Wolf. Wolf trying to handle the ball. He's struggling to find someone open. Tarleton State defense has been solid. Reuben Jones trying to find someone with less than 10 seconds on the shot clock. Gets it to Vlad Golden. Goes to work down low and gets the basket. And 1. Vlad Golden up to 6 points with a free throw coming. The much needed performance that the Wolverines would like to see from Golden may finally be arriving.
Yeah, this Tarleton State defense has done a very good job at slowing down Michigan's offense. Michigan wants to go as quick as they can, And I mean, they are bringing Michigan into the low shot clock, making them spend a lot of time. And
going on the free throw, and that is good. 18-13 Michigan, 9:13 to go in the first half. So we got some Jared Goff chants going on for some kids near us on the broadcast. Oh, and a turnover in the backcourt, and Roddy Gale going up for the layup and gets it to go. A backcourt turnover for Tarleton State gives Michigan a 20-13 lead as the Texans call timeout. And I believe that is a 7-0 run for the Wolverines there.
Yeah, I mean, again, defensive effort for Michigan. The defensive side of the ball has not been talked about much this year, but Michigan's really been a pretty solid defensive unit this year.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, Michigan's defense in the half court, you know, even Tarleton State's buckets that they've scored, I feel like a lot of them have been late in the shot clock, tough shots. Michigan has made them earn it. Tarleton State with 5 turnovers, but Michigan with 9 points off those turnovers. Michigan with only 3 turnovers halfway into the first half, which is a really nice sign of progress. But 5 points given up off those turnovers, including one of them was just a layup off a turnover, I believe, by Wolf around midcourt.
Yeah, and Michigan not shooting well from 3 so far in this game. They have shot 41% as a team so far. They're currently they're only 1 for 5.
1 for 5, and that's due to the rest of the mean. They have been shooting well from 3 in a lot of their games, so maybe this is a little bit one of those off games. But despite that, they're still up 7 halfway into the first half here, and obviously, you know, they have been getting a lot of good looks, I would say. So ultimately, maybe those are due to eventually fall as Tarleton State, Boo Boo Benjamin bring up the ball. Yeah, gets it to Mazzell.
And Michigan's in the bonus right now, so maybe we'll see them try to push the ball more.
Tarleton State already 17 fouls, and it's not like they're a deep team by any means, so those are due to pay dividends for the Wolverines at the foul line, and also from a depth perspective as Benjamin pulls up for 3 with 9 seconds to the shot clock and gets it to go. Boo Boo Benjamin out of Medicine Hat, Alberta, gets a 3 to go and cuts this Michigan lead from 7 down to 4. As Roddy Gale pulls up for 3, and that goes.
Yeah, Boo Boo Benjamin with his 3rd made 3, all of them tough, but Roddy Gale with the immediate response on the pull-up 3.
Gale has been very solid for Michigan, but has, you know, had some consistent performances for Michigan. Gale averaging 10.5 points per game, averaged 13.5 last year at Ohio State as a 3-point attempt. Goes for Tarleton State, Izzy Miles.
Yeah, just defensive breakdown. They try to press the ball as they try to move up court. The guy was wide open for a 3-point shot.
Tarleton State has been shooting pretty well from 3 so far now. 4 or 5 from the 3-point line. Michigan made its last 3 field goals, however. And now Danny Wolf will pull from 3 in this 3-fest of a game. No good, rebounded by Roddy Gale.
Foul.
And it looks like it'll be a foul that'll send Michigan to the line after this media timeout. The Wolverines up for 23-19. Gale with the rebound, and he'll be going back to the line, shooting a 1-and-1, it looks like, after the under 8 media timeout. 7:47 in the first half.
Gale is a guy who has struggled pretty well. He's struggled so far from the line so far. He was an 87% free throw shooter at Ohio State. I mean, the last couple of years,
maybe he's just trying to get used to the dimensions and aesthetics of Crisler.
I mean, there's been a consistent issue dating back to the John Beilein era with free throw shooting at Michigan, which I don't know what to make of, but it has been definitely not.
Yeah, no, you're right. Even in those Beilein teams, you're exactly right. They didn't turn the ball over, but you know there were some times where some of those guys weren't great at the free throw line. You know, free throw percents around 60s, high 60s, 70s. That's where this Michigan team lands right now. I know Dusty May is, you know, in constant contact with John Beilein as a mentor. He'd certainly not like to carry over. Maybe some of that poor free throw shooting is one of the very few negative spots of the incredible John Beilein era here at Michigan.
Yeah,
but I think Michigan would like to take a page a little bit of the turnovers, but Michigan still not really turning the ball over too much early on in this game, and that's sort of been nice. They forced Tarleton State, you know, despite that defensive breakdown there that led to the 3 by Miles. I think a lot of these threes and shots have been contested. It's been nice shots.
Yeah, Boo Boo Benjamin has 3 of 4 from 3 right now, and all of them have been well defended. He's just been a great spot-up shooter right now, even when it's contested. And to harp on the free throw issue for Michigan right now, as a team, they're shooting 67%, which is not great considering that, especially since Michigan, as a team that likes to press the issue, high-tempo offense,
100%,
generates a lot of fouls. That is definitely something they need to improve on throughout the season.
Yeah, no, Michigan with 5 team fouls so far. don't believe anyone on the team has 2 fouls. Just confirming and cross-checking here. No one currently in the lineup does. Don't believe anyone does for the Wolverines. But for Tarleton State, there are multiple guys with 2 fouls. Harrison has 2 fouls, and I believe Mpaka also has 3.
Yeah,
so
Tarleton State only playing 6 guys so far, and that was
one of them already has 3 fouls.
Yeah, that's Tarleton State only playing 6 guys so far this game, and maybe a major reason why they are playing that 6-man is because Mpaka picked up 3 fouls immediately. And in this game so far, we wanted to see, if you're Michigan, you want to see Vlad Golden get going. He has 7 points, 3 for 3.
And he's going to be at the free throw line right now.
And foul
was not committed against Roddy Gale, it was committed against Vlad Golden.
And
Golden will be going to the line shooting a 1-and-1 here for the Wolverines. Made his first free throw of the night. His next one misses, rims out, and is rebounded by the Texans. Those front ends are always costly, and that one certainly was for Vlad Golden as he ball rolled around and rimmed out the front end there. Tarleton State with the ball. Miles bringing it up, who gets it to Mazel. Mazel trying to find a Boo Boo Benjamin for 3, and he gets it to go. Boo Boo Benjamin with 4 threes in this game is all of a sudden 23-22 with 4 threes from Boo Boo Benjamin. Quite the shooting performance here for Tarleton State's leading scorer. Trey Donaldson trying to go to work here. Gets it into Mari Burnett. Burnett 4-3. That rims out. Michigan really struggling to shoot the ball from 3. They will maintain possession, though, off the rebound.
Yeah, Michigan has been a lot more effective on the offensive boards the last couple of drives. They haven't been. Sorry. Okay,
Donaldson. Donaldson inbounding the ball here, trying to find someone. Looks like he's going to have to get it to Danny Wolf on the wing. Wolf trying to find something, get into Michigan's offense set. And that ball's poked away from Vlad Golden. And now Tarleton State will dunk it home for the lead. Ronnie Harrison, Tarleton State, 31.5-point underdogs here, taking a 24-23 lead here at Crisler Center.
And those are the type of turnovers that have just killed Michigan this year.
And another turnover by Golden, stolen by Tarleton State. This is the turnovers that we've seen early on for the Wolverines. Now they're coming in costly as Tarleton State is really, they can't miss from 3. They're 5 of 6 from 3. And now with the ball here, a chance to extend their lead. 6.5 minutes to go in the first half. It's Boo Boo Benjamin. I mean, you really just have to, whether it's a box and one or something, find any way to stop him. Now Mazel trying to get it. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Wolf defending Benjamin. And now the ball will be dribbled out of bounds by Nick Krass as Michigan will get the ball back here. Those turnovers cannot happen. Looks like the last turnover might have been against Roddy Gale.
Yeah, and you're seeing
2 turnovers in back-to-back possessions.
You're seeing Dusty May take out the entire lineup for those last 2 turnovers. All the subs have come
certainly
in.
The ones that were the culprits of many of them. Is now Trey Donaldson will be bringing the ball up for Michigan, trying to steady the ship here. Michigan been in some surprising early deficits. It's now Roddy Gale going to work down low. He gets a shot block, rebound by Walters. The putback is up and good. Sam Walters trying to get things going for Michigan as now the Wolverines are up 25-24.
Yeah, and for what we've seen from Sam Walters this year, he has mainly just been out there as a sharpshooter.
He's like a Duncan Robinson light in some ways.
Duncan Robinson kind of player. And Gale and
now
Donaldson
steal by Michigan. Donaldson trying to go coast to coast. Stops and gets the layup. Hits the 2 small to Nick Krass as Michigan goes back up 3. Hitting the 2 small against the Texans. With that thin lineup, you have to wonder if fatigue may set in for Tarleton State as they are struggling to get the ball up with 10 seconds. Looks like they're calling a 10-second violation on Tarleton State for not getting the ball up quick enough. A nice little 2-man press there for the Wolverines.
Yeah, 2-man press, and I don't think the Tarleton State player realized he had to get the ball over the timeline.
I think by the time he did, it was too late.
Great defensive effort right there from the Wolverines. Donaldson and Gale with the double team in the backcourt.
Yeah.
No, there was not an outlet guy near them for some reason.
Michigan's really kind of feasted off those Tarleton State turnovers as well. As Namari Burnett will inbound the ball in the Michigan front court. And a foul there by Izzy Miles. And now Roddy Gale will be going to the free throw line for another 1-and-1 for the Wolverines.
Second foul for Miles right there. Again, with these Tarleton State players, you have to be very conscious with the amount of fouls they get. Boo Boo Benjamin, thankfully for them, has not had a single foul. Oh wait, he has had one foul so far. If Tarleton State wants to have a chance this game, they need to be very conscious about the amount of fouls their players get.
Yeah, absolutely. Talking about that foul trouble, Harrison, Miles with 2. So many players on Tarleton. This is the last team you want to have so many guys in foul trouble. Ultimately, you imagine that fatigue may set in. Michigan can really kind of pull away, especially Tarleton State maybe having to be less aggressive fouling. But here, Roddy Gale shooting a 1-on-1. We'll see if the outcome on the 1-on-1 is different compared to Vlad Goldens. And Gale can knock this first one down, but we'll see the free throw is up. And it is good. First free throw down, the hatchet for Roddy Gale. Michigan up 28-24 now. And referee will give it to Gale. Gale will breathe. Take a couple dribbles. Set. Shoot. And that rattles home. 24-29 Wolverines off the inbound foul there. Tarleton State will be inbounding the ball with another press coming in for the Wolverines.
And coming to the game will be Matt Crass, the brother of Nick Crass.
Yeah.
Likely did the second foul to Izzy Miles. So that,
yeah,
that's the seventh
they ideally like to run a short rotation. Looks like it'll be a foul on Michigan. And that'll go on Sam Walters, his first of the game. Now that is the last foul Michigan has to give, as Tarleton State will now be in the bonus for any fouls going forward. Wolverines leading 29-24 with 5:10 left in the first half. Here in Crisler Center. And now Miles gets it in to Boo Boo Benjamin. He's been a sharpshooter from 3, now trying to work it down low. Runs out of room and gets it poked. And that will go, looks like off of Tarleton State, and Michigan ball.
Yeah, great. Yeah, Roddy Gale has been great on the defensive end this year, generating turnovers.
Yeah,
he knocked
awesome so
knocked
far.
That ball out. And Tarleton State's unable to get the ball back in the scrum, and it goes out of bounds for Michigan.
Inbounds pass to Trey Donaldson. He will get it across midcourt. Donaldson trying to go to work. Gets a screen by the fresh cut Will Cheddar now after buzzing his hair over the past couple days. And now Sam Walters gets it to Roddy Gale. Stops, tries to find a cutting to Mario Burnett. But that was stolen by Jordan Mizell.
Yeah, and to harp on Michigan's turnover issues, that's what Michigan's made a lot of these 50-50 plays where the ball foul, and there's going to be a foul on Will Cheddar.
Yeah, there'll be a foul on Cheddar.
Yeah, Michigan makes a lot of these 50-50 play passes that a much higher percent than 50% has been resulted in turnovers for them this year. They need, if they want to be a cleaner team going forward, they need to reduce those amount of plays they try to make.
Absolutely, yeah. Now, and going to the line for Tarleton State will be Ronnie Harrison, who has 2 fouls himself. Will be going to the line with the Texans down 5 early. First free throw is good.
And checking in for Michigan will be Reuben Jones from Namari Burnett.
Jones will be coming in for Michigan with Namari Burnett heading off to the bench. Just get ready to set for the second free throw. It looks like Reuben Jones had to tuck in his shirt. And now the second free throw. About to go up from Harrison, Ronnie Harrison, and that goes. 29-26, Michigan leads. They're trying to push the ball quickly with Trey Donaldson. Donaldson kicks it to Will Cheddar, picks up his dribble, and passes it to nowhere out of bounds. Careless pass by Will Cheddar. Donaldson went in. Trey Donaldson thought he'd still be behind the three-point line.
Looked like a miscommunication there.
Yeah, total miscommunication there by Michigan.
Trey Donaldson looked like to want to go in for a cut. Cheddar tried to pass him out there, and the perimeter just flies out of bounds. Very bad turnover.
Some substitutions here for Michigan. So it looks like Danny Wolf will come back into the game here. And so will, and Fat Brooks now will check into the game. One of the freshmen that Dusty May was able to corral in for his roster this year. And now with the ball, after a poke by Brooks, now trying to go to work on Wolf is Ronnie Harrison. And now Matt Crass trying to work it, gets it back to Harrison. Nice defense by Wolf, but Harrison was able to get the shot over him, and now it's 28-29. Tarleton State only down by 1 here with just under 4 minutes to go in the first half. I don't think many people expected Tarleton State to be only down 1 here. But that is what has transpired here at Crisler Center. Danny Wolf gets it to Sam Walters. Walters finds Roddy Gale, who goes up for a nice, strong layup.
Yeah, and right there on that possession, I mean, Tarleton State is trying to deny Michigan any lane to the basket. They are any guy that tries to get inside the perimeter is getting immediate double team, and Michigan has not been able to effectively break through that ever since the 16-minute timeout.
Yeah, Miles now trying to drive it is Matt Crass, who gets it back to Mizell. Now handling the ball is Izzy Miles with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Blocked by Danny Wolf. And it looks like Tarleton State will get a reset on the shot clock, and that misses. Rebounded by Sam Walters, and Roddy Gale is now trying to push here in transition. Reuben Jones unable to handle it, so Michigan will get back into its half-court set by Sam Walters, who will get it back to Reuben Jones. Thought it might have had an open cutter there. Danny Wolf now with 17 seconds on the shot clock. Time wind down the first half. Trying to go for the trap. Reuben Jones kicks it to Fat Brooks. Brooks runs out of room. Gets it to Sam Walters for 3, and that goes. Sam Walters extends Michigan's lead to 6. A much-needed 3. As a little one-man press now by Fat Brooks, number 8 for the Wolverines, as Mizell will bring the ball up.
I would say that Sam Walters is probably Michigan's most effective three-point shooter.
Oh, absolutely.
Shooting 53% from the field.
And coming into the game,
almost
just hit one there,
almost like 70% of his field goal attempts being from the perimeter. If he gets that jump shot off quickly too.
Yeah, Tarleton State trying to get an open lane there for Crass as the shot clock's wind down. That's blocked by Wolf. Michigan will get the ball under 2 minutes to go. Still no media timeout. Sam Walters gets it to Roddy Gale, who has a lane. Kicks it to Reuben Jones for 3, and that misses. Rebounded by Brooks. Sam Walters now in the corner for 3, and that is good. Back-to-back threes for Sam Walters, and Michigan all of a sudden finds itself up 9, and the crowd is energized with a minute and a half left in the first half. A nice little 8-0 run for Michigan out of nowhere as subs are waiting to come in. A tie-up there is stolen. Fat Brooks gets it to Wolf. Unable to get it to go. He goes down to the ground pretty hard. Michigan was trying to push in transition, but now Tarleton State will come back out of it. Miles gets it. Tarleton State really just trying to wind down the half. Now Miles with a minute 5 seconds to go in the first half.
A lot of hands on the knees right there for Tarleton State right
Both
there.
teams
they
are tired.
Look exhausted.
Absolutely. And a tough layup misses, rebounded by Wolf. Shot went up there by Mizell.
Yeah, 3
Wolf
possessions in a row. The Tarleton State players just look scared to
gets
shoot
it to
the
go
ball.
for a layup, and that is good. Roddy Gale extends the Michigan lead.
Danny Wolf with an amazing performance in the defensive end those last 3 possessions.
Absolutely. Blocking shots. He's been doing it all. He's been excellent defensively for the Wolverines, and that has been a reason why Michigan has been able to go on this 10-0 run. This almost feels like a very similar story to the Miami Ohio game.
Yeah.
Slow start, Michigan kind of in a competitive game, and then when it gets to like under 4 minutes in the first half, they just go on a run, and that's exactly what's happened.
Yeah, I mean, Michigan has now up to 39 points. I would consider that's a pretty effective half scoring. And while their leads ballooned up to 11, similar-ish to the Miami Ohio game, I think they went to the second half in that game with like around a 12-point lead.
Yeah, no, I mean Michigan's got to have one more stop in them, and then ultimately, score on the other end. But Michigan to get this lead over 10 after the first half is very solid.
Roddy Gale with a great performance in the first half so far. He's up to 11 points with a one made 3. And Danny Wolf, I mean, we talked about how on the defensive end he's been great the last couple of possessions. I mean, Matt Crass had a wide open lane to the basket. Danny Wolf just comes over and completely erases that. I mean, even looking at Michigan, LJ Kaysen and Danny Wolf have not scored in this game. And
absolutely, yeah. I mean,
this just shows the depth of this Michigan roster.
Wolf is scoreless, but he has 5 defensive rebounds, been very solid, 2 blocks. While he hasn't, had those scoring, he's been very solid. And Roddy Gale, Michigan's leading scorer with 11 points. Sam Walters with 8. The unsuspecting 2-headed monster of Gale and Walters has really been a pleasant surprise for Michigan.
And Walters is a guy that you can just not ignore.
Yeah, I mean Michigan not even shooting well from 3, 4 of 11 from 3-point range. Over 50% from the field, but Tarleton State, what's been allowing them to stay in this game is their 3-point shooting, 5-7.
Yeah, and a rare twist of fate so far this season for Michigan. Michigan's winning the turnover battle, 10-7.
10-7. It's not like Tarleton State has kept the ball well. Some of that has been carelessness, but Michigan also has done a very nice job of forcing some of those turnovers.
Yeah.
And I think that explains why Michigan has been good in so many of those scenarios, as the Wolverines now, with 44.8 seconds left in the half, are up 39-28.
And yeah, Michigan shooting 52%. That's about in line with how they shot this season, at around 54% as a team.
Yeah,
and really picked, and they've been real again since the 3-minute timeout. This team has been absolutely almost perfect the way they close out this half. Maybe if they can convert on that alley-oop to Dating Wolf, this could be a 13-point lead. But a very great stretch for Michigan with 44 seconds before the half.
100%. This has been the 10-0 run that the doctor ordered. Wolverines up 11. Now, with a full court press, Tarleton State, it's going to be tough for them to go 2 for 1, but I spoke may have too soon. Just going down the lane for a coast-to-coast layup is Izzy Miles. And now Tarleton State will get a little bit of a 2 for 1 opportunity as they break Michigan's full court press and get a little bit of a layup. Now down 39-30.
There's going to be
a foul.
And that's going to send Michigan to the line.
For 2 shots now. Kaysen will be going to the line for 2 shots. But the Texans will be able to kind of dribble out the half after this. So you would imagine Michigan to go in a defense-heavy lineup. They're bringing Donaldson and Golden back out here to close out the first half. As Kaysen shoots 2 free throws. LJ Kaysen shooting 2 now with the Wolverines being in the double bonus. The first free throw is up, and it is no good. Michigan's free throw struggles really are kind of continuing and festering. Could be something, maybe not in this game necessarily, but going forward.
Through the first 4 games this year, LJ Kaysen's either been very on or very cold. He had 12 points against Miami, Ohio, 0 against TCU, nothing so far here today.
Second free throw just sneaks over the front of the rim, and that is good. 40-30 Wolverines, a 10-point lead. Have to imagine some tired legs for Tarleton State here. As inbounding the ball now is Nick Crass, still facing a Michigan press. Crass now bringing the ball up after a pass there from Ronnie Harrison Jr. Harrison with 8 points, coming into this game averaging just 2.5 points per game. The junior college transfer from Navarro College. Now holding the ball to close out the half is Jordan Mizell. Mizell gets it to Boo Boo Benjamin with 7 seconds to go in the first half. Nice defense, and that'll be an offensive foul. Nice defense there from Vlad Golden, drawing the offensive foul on Boo Boo Benjamin. That's Benjamin's 2nd foul of the game.
Now, on these last plays of the half, Michigan has been fairly successful. They made their last shot against Miami, Ohio. I mean, Trey Donaldson had a half-court shot against Wake Forest.
Yeah, we'll see what Michigan can draw here with 6 seconds.
Even when the time expired, Trey Donaldson also had another deep 3 against TCU
I remember
the first half.
It's just after the time expired. Some fans thought it went in. But now 6.2 seconds to go. Donaldson trying to bring the ball up quickly with 3 seconds to go. Runs out of room, gets it to Vlad Golden, who puts it up, and that rims out to end the first half. Could have extended this Michigan lead to 12 if it had just rolled on in, but the Wolverines still find themselves up 40-30 after the first half.
Yeah, and this game has fitted the mold of what happened in Miami, Ohio, the Miami of Ohio game, almost to a tune.
Yeah,
Miami, Ohio in that game got off to a very good start shooting the ball. They took a lead late in the first half. I mean, held a lead for a pretty good portion of the first half. Something kind of very similar to this Tarleton State game so far.
Yeah,
also,
very
far, both teams shooting 50% in the field, and both teams shooting 75% from the free throw line. A very odd coincidence.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been certainly an interesting game. Michigan's led for almost all this game. It's just showing up on the video board. Almost 18 minutes of this game. Tarleton State leading for less than a minute. Certainly been an interesting day in Michigan athletics. Of course, with Bryce Underwood flipping the #1 recruit in the country for football, flipping his commitment from LSU to Michigan. Certainly a lot of fans feeling kind of the good vibes coming in here today. Michigan, of course, up 10, but I think there's, of course, room for an improvement. We'll see how they come out of the locker room. Maybe a little bit of tired legs from Tarleton State. And we'll see how that kind of goes. But I think some of the stories of the first half a little bit were, the inefficiencies from 3. Michigan only shooting 4 of 11. And if you take Sam Walters out of the equation, they're 2 of 8.
Yeah, and I would like this. Yeah, fatigue will probably play a big half in the second half. 3 of Tarleton State players played the entirety of the first half. Boo Boo Benjamin, Ronnie Harrison, and Jordan Jordan Mazzell have all played the entirety of the first half.
Roddy Gale leading the team in plus-minus so far with a plus-minus of 12. He's contributed to his cause himself, of course, with 11 points. Sam Walters as well with a plus-minus of 9 with 8 points. It's been very solid. Leading the team in rebounds right now is Danny Wolf, so while he hasn't scored, he has been stuffing the stat sheet in other ways, as we've outlined. Him and Golden each have 2 blocks.
Yeah, Brooks leads Michigan in assists, surprisingly. He was not a guy we mentioned very a lot in the first half. And he's been
2 assists so far. He hasn't really been a main contributor in the last couple games, but was able to really kind of contribute in the minutes where he was out there. I think it's been one of those interesting halves. Michigan 6 of 8 from the free throw line. Tarleton State had some really nice shots. I think Michigan's offense has been solid, but I think if a couple more open shots go down, I think we'd be having a much different discussion about where this game's at. We'll see if Michigan kind of make up for those. Even if it was a 12-point game, that flag golden shot went down. It's been a very solid first half. Tarleton State's foul trouble is due to kind of continue to compile. Just looking at the fouls that Tarleton State has on their roster, they've only put in, I believe, counting it up, 7 guys into the game so far, and you have 4 guys of those players that are in with 2 fouls, and then Chris Mpaka didn't even play the rest of the first half.
Only 3 minutes in the first half before he picked up his third foul.
Yeah, I mean, when you pick up your third foul, you're done for the first half. And Tarleton State, with a very shallow rotation, has not really been able to do too much.
Yeah, and it looked like very late into that game, Tarleton State had a lot of issues with the size of Michigan.
Yeah, and this is Michigan's kind of last game before, I think, 6 straight games against power conference teams. They'll head down to Fort Myers on Monday to face a very beleaguered Virginia Tech team that just lost a quote-unquote bye game from, according to John Rothstein, to Jacksonville at home. So imagine that game should, in theory, go in Michigan's favor. Then they play either Xavier or South Carolina Championship. Xavier seems pretty decent, potential tournament team. They beat Wake Forest, actually, at home. Michigan obviously lost to Wake Forest. Xavier, I think, beat him by 14 points or so. And then after that, come back, go on the road in Big Ten play to Wisconsin before hosting Iowa. And then they play Arkansas at Madison Square Garden and Oklahoma as well to finish off that kind of 6-game run of power conference teams. So it'll be interesting to see how Michigan fares in that. If they can go, say, 4-2, 5-1, I think you'd be coming out of that very impressed and definitely with some optimism. Wisconsin's not a bad team. They had a little bit of they beat Arizona at home, struggled a little bit against UT Rio Grande. But in Arkansas, of course, good with John Calipari, that team. So a lot of interesting storylines going forward. Any final thoughts, Charlie, before we sign off for the first half and hand it off to our second half crew of Max and Meyer?
I mean, the next 6 games for Michigan is going to be a big indicator of what this team can do and how Dusty May is going to how the first major test for Dusty May as a head coach here at Michigan. I mean, those are 6. I mean, you can make an argument about Virginia Tech having a down year, but there are 5 good opponents in a row. I was undefeated. I was no slouch. That's a away game at Carver Hawkeye. That's not an easy place to play. I was undefeated so far in the year, too. Oklahoma at the Jumpman Invitational. Again, Michigan has not won at the Jumpman Invitational in the first 2 years.
You're right. Lost to North Carolina and lost to Florida last year.
Two absolute heartbreakers. You would like to see them pick up their first
That's right, yeah.
there.
Both games are close. I remember UNC 2 years ago was another one of those close games.
Arkansas is, again.
At MSG, yeah.
Game at MSG against John Calipari and his new Razorbacks. Dusty May gets to reunite with his former player, John L. Davis. That's going to be an interesting
John L. Davis
matchup.
On Arkansas.
Michigan's
a lot of their transfers.
Michigan's trip to MSG last year ended up pretty well as they defeated St. John's.
That was the game where we all got that false tease that this team is really going to kind of be something.
That which gave us a lot of hope. For
the false tease for sure.
Yeah, again, their first game in Big Ten play on the road against Wisconsin.
Yep.
that is a very tough game. I mean,
going to the Kohl Center is never easy. Michigan has struggled there.
Immensely at the Kohl Center. John Tonji for Wisconsin has been absolutely terrific.
Been awesome. So many. Kohl Center has been a little bit of a house of horrors for Michigan. Obviously, the Juwan Howard incident, the Ben Bruss game winner against one of the really good Michigan teams. There's been some tough, brutal losses for Michigan.
It's an interesting slate for Michigan, but I would say that all of these games thus far, depending on how Michigan plays, are winnable.
Yeah.
It's just we got to see. again, we don't know. We don't really have a great idea of this Michigan team. I mean, these guys have only played 5-6 games together if you include exhibition games.
Exactly, exactly. And first order of business, of course, taking care of the business in the second half against Tarleton State tonight. So we'll see if they can do that. And our second half crew will be there to see if Michigan can, steady the ship and, coast this to the finish line here on this Thursday night here at the Crisler Center. So with that, for Charlie Mitchell, Joshua Brown, we are signing off, but stay tuned for the second half here with WCBN Sports Radio FM Ann Arbor. And thank you guys so much. And we'll take a little bit of a break, and you'll come back with a brand new crew.
And welcome back to the second half action of Michigan Wolverine basketball versus Tarleton State Texans. My name is Meyer Cusnir. I am here with Max Schwartz, and we are live from Crisler Arena here to give you the second half of action. And Max, what did we see from the first half from the Michigan Wolverines?
Yeah, so some tight action here, maybe a little closer than many of us had expected. Tarleton played them close. I think Michigan played better there at the end of the half, forcing turnovers, getting out in transition. Roddy Gale really leading the charge, leading the score with 11 points to them, playing a really outstanding game. But in the second half, just want to see more creativity maybe in the half-court offense for the Wolverines. I think when they got stuck in their structure, Tarleton's playing them tight and forcing them to take some tough looks. I like what Michigan was doing early, getting backdoor cuts, getting more creative with it. I think going forward, want to see more of that from Michigan in the half court, but keep forcing turnovers. Tarleton's a team that likes to turn the ball over a lot. Keep forcing those, keep getting out in transition, and maybe push for some more creativity in the half court.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And at the start of the first half, we really saw Namari Burnett emerge as the star scorer for the team. And then it kind of slowed down, and Michigan had a real big drought where no one was able to get the ball rolling, and we saw even Tarleton State really take the lead at 1 point by 1 point, but it still meant that Tarleton State took the lead over the Wolverines. So who do you think needs to be the player here to take the charge for the Wolverines?
Yeah, Burnett kind of faded there as the half went on, but I think the guy that I'm really looking at is a guy who's actually, I think, been playing pretty solid this game, making good passing, making good reads, but I think just get himself a little more involved in the scoring. That would be Danny Wolf. Like, you brought him over here for a reason, top scorer over there at Yale. And I think just going forward, he's a guy that likes to make the extra pass, likes to get a little cute with it sometimes. But I think if they could just take advantage of his size, his skill, his shooting on the outside, but also someone that could get down low and score it there, I think that's a guy they may want to lean on more in the second half.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better. Going over the little bit of first half stats that we saw from the Wolverines and from the Texans, they both shot 50% from the field, but the main difference is the 3-point difference that we had from Tarleton State versus Michigan. Tarleton State, they shot 5 for 7 from the 3 for 71%, which is an outstanding shooting percentage. But the Wolverines struggled a little bit from across the arc, and they shot 4 for 11 for 36%. Off the free throw line, they both shot 75%. So it's honestly been a very evenly scored game, with honestly Tarleton State shooting the ball a little bit better than the Wolverines. And right now, the current score is Wolverines 40, Texans 30. And we are right about to start the second half of action here at Crisler Arena. Any last words before we get some action
Yeah, I'll
going?
tell you a guy that's making a name for himself right now, and that's Boo Boo Benjamin, 4 of 5 from 3 with 12 points. Michigan's want to make sure they contain him in the second half. Don't let him get hot. If you contain Benjamin, I think you can control the rest of this team and get on with an easy victory here.
Yeah, I mean, Boo Boo Benjamin was shooting lights out from the three-point line in the first half. He had 12 points, and all 12 of those points came from shooting threes. He has 4 from 6 from beyond the arc, and that is just a super impressive stat line. And we saw that he really has emerged as the leading scorer for Tarleton State, and we'll see if he'll be the person they rely on to try to mount a comeback win against the Wolverines here in Ann Arbor.
Yeah, Tarleton State's an interesting spot this year, losing 5 of their best players last year, having to lean on some of these new guys or some of the guys like Boo Boo Benjamin who are good but weren't as involved last year. They're really using them well tonight, and we'll see what happens in the second half.
Could not agree more. And for people that are just joining us right now, my name is Meyer Cusnir. I'm alongside Max Schwartz, and we are live from Crisler Arena for this matchup versus the Wolverines and the Texans. The score is currently 40-30, and Tarleton State will start by inbounding it in. And we are bound for some exciting action here with 20 minutes left of basketball. We have on the floor for Tarleton State number 0, Miles, number 3, Harrison, number 4, Mizzle, number 11, Benjamin, and number 21, Crass. And for the Wolverines, we have Wolf, Donaldson, Burnett, Gale Jr., and Golden. We have Mizzle bringing the ball up, now passing it around the arc, moving it around. Miles has it at the top of the key, trying to penetrate. Great defense by Trey.
Great D there by Donaldson.
And Donaldson has been really a star defender this whole year, right? And it will retain to be Tarleton State's possession with Mizzle inbounding it in. Looking for something, nothing really open. Lobs a pass up to Miles. Miles tightly guarded by Gale Jr. 8 seconds left in the shot clock. On the block, trying to build something. Puts up a contested shot versus Golden. And Burnett comes down with the rebound, pushing it with the fast transition that we know Michigan plays with. Gives it up to Trey. Trey back out to Gale Jr. Burnett Passing it, trying to penetrate to Golden. Golden gets it down low and gets fouled on his shooting, and he'll be able to shoot 2 now for the Wolverines.
I think they've been doing a better job this game, getting Golden involved down low. Wolf once again there, another nice pass, but really utilizing Golden here more than they have in previous games.
Yeah, and what we're really seeing is that this twin attack from Danny Wolf and Vlad Golden is just lethal when it's used correctly, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'd want to see maybe out of the 2 of them using a little more of that size and trying to be a little more physical down low. Both sometimes like to be a little more finesse players, but when the 2 of them are on, this really could make for a dangerous duo back.
Could not agree more. Golden makes the first free throw. Is able to connect on both of them. And Michigan comes out of the half in the press, trying to put some pressure on the Texans, as Mizzle has been the one to bring it up most of the game. Tightly contested, with Gale Jr. putting pressure on him, and is able to get a little bump still on it, but it rolls out of bounds, and it will retain. It actually will be a turnover for Tarleton State, and it will be Michigan ball.
Unbelievable play there by Gale. The press has been really great so far this game, forcing many turnovers.
He's been outstanding defensively this whole year, and especially this game. He's the one that's been really attacking, wants to bring the ball up and trying to force turnovers. Burnett to inbound the ball, looking for Trey. Is able to connect. Trey's roaming around, trying to find something. Gets it to Namari. Pick by Golden, back out to Trey. Trey to Danny Wolf on the baseline, posting up with a post move and bounces off the rim. Namari Burnett with the offensive rebound, chases it down, and gives it up to Trey. Trey's not penetrating on a one-on-one, and a hard foul down there by Harrison. And that will be now Trey Donaldson shooting 2 from the line.
Yeah, and exactly what I was talking about earlier with Wolf about maybe being more physical down low. I liked what he did on the shot before, even though he missed it. Being strong, posting up, getting a good look. I want to see more of that from him.
Absolutely, and we're starting to see how the Wolverines really struggle a little bit in the half-court offense because they're so used to playing so fast from these turnovers that they're able to create that they're still kind of developing into a team that knows how to work with each other.
For sure, and I think when they get into their half-court set and you have a guy like Donaldson that just can quickly get down low, that really spearheads this offense, and I think led to a foul there, but that's always instant offense for them.
Absolutely. Trey hits his first free throw and is able to connect with the second one too. Again, Wolverines come out with the press. Gets it to Boo Boo Benjamin. Then up to Mizzle. Mizzle finally gets past half court. Guarded tightly by Trey. Tight defense here by the Wolverines. Haven't been able to penetrate much here for the Texans. Texans is moving around the block. Gets to Boo Boo. Benjamin getting double teamed now and makes a costly pass that results luckily for him and a kickball violation by Gale Jr.
Shot clock reset to 20 seconds.
Yeah, tight D there by Wolf on Benjamin, not giving any room.
And that's the identity of this Wolverine team, playing tough defense to create turnovers. Able to inbound it to Benjamin in the corner, guarded by Wolf. Trying to penetrate, Wolf with good defense. Little reverse layup.
Good D there.
And Amari Burnett with the tough rebound, gets it up to Trey Donaldson for the fast break opportunity. Makes a long outlet pass, who then puts it right back into Golden for an easy, wide open layup.
Beautiful passing inside. Once again, getting Golden loose, finding him down low, and easy too.
Now Gale Jr. guarding Mizzle on the press, double teamed with Amari Burnett now. Now he's back court with
10.
not many options, and that's a 10-second violation now on Tarleton State, and this is that tough Wolverine defense that we are expecting from them to come out of the gates.
Press just continues to succeed. I would not run away from if I was the Wolverines, forcing turnover after turnover.
And Tarleton State has yet to score in this half. There is 17 minutes, 45 seconds left. The score is 46 Wolverines, 30 Tarleton State. Trey inbounds it to Golden. Golden back out to Wolf. Wolf looking for an option. Is able to hit Trey. Trey with a beautiful pass down to Golden, and Golden puts up a very contested layup and misses right off the back rim. Miles with the rebound, pushes it up, guarded by Wolf. He's at the top of the key, trying to ask for a screen and looking for a play. Not many options open. And Amari Burnett gets a little anxious and does a reach and foul right there.
Unfortunate foul there by Burnett. He's guarding him tightly. Just had to reach there at the end.
And that happens when you're playing such tight defense. And as a coach, you live with those fouls, hoping that they're going to create turnovers in the future. Mizzle with the ball up top, guarded by Trey. Trying to penetrate, unable, kicks it back out to Crass. Crass now to Benjamin. Crass with a 3 and hits nothing but air on that shot. And that is great passion there by Benjamin, for Harrison, who actually saved the ball from going out of bounds after the air ball and hits it off a Wolverine defender. So now Tarleton State will retain possession with 1 second left on the shot clock.
Gutty play there by Harrison, keeping the possession alive.
This will also be a quick passing shot.
Oh, right on.
And that doesn't even make it onto the court as he hits it on the baseline before it hits the actual court. So now the Wolverines will retain possession. And the Wolverine defense has been suffocating to start this half. We'll see if they're able to continue to make some opportunities on offense. We have Gill Jr. inbounding in it. And now Tarleton State elects to press, and it does not work out well for them because Trey Donaldson with an incredible outlet pass to Danny Wolf.
Look, you don't want to allow that if you're Tarleton. Last thing you want to do is let Michigan get out in space. They'll make you pay.
And this starting crew is finally starting to mend together in the second half. Now we have Harrison up with the ball on the key, kicks it back out to Crass. Crass now to Mizzle. Mizzle swings it around. Miles tries to penetrate, has to kick it back out to Harrison. Harrison gets blocked by Golden, and now Gill Jr. with the rebound. And now Wolverines are moving fast to option. And Trey Donaldson with a nice over and under and makes a tough layup. And he is really feeling himself right now with these passes and with these shots.
Beautiful scoop dribble by Donaldson there. Cleared up just enough space for the layup to go.
And that was a beautiful play by Donaldson. And now the Texans trying to build something off this. The Wolverines are on a 10-0 run right now to start the half. Boo Boo Benjamin tries to kick it out, gets it to Crass. Now to Harrison. And Harrison with a one-on-one on Golden down low. Golden with tough defense, but Harrison is able to make a nice reverse layup. Wolverines keep on pushing the ball fast with Trey getting the ball up. And now passing it to Danny Wolf, who's going downhill, full of steam, and gets fouled, but misses the layup. So he'll be shooting 2.
Love that. Getting Wolf downhill, being aggressive, and as you can go to the line.
So we said what we want to see from the Wolverines to start this half. And what do you say has happened so far in these 4 minutes of action so far?
Look, we knew coming into the game that Tarleton, as much as the Wolverines like to turn the ball over, Tarleton likes to do it more, leading D1 with turnovers per game. And I think Michigan's really finally started to take advantage of that. This press has been outstanding the entire game, especially in the second half, just putting constant pressure. And I think you're able to do that when you're a team like Michigan, when you have these guys that are just gutty defenders, stick to their men, and really make it Tarleton pay. And they've extended their lead to 18 points now. I think Michigan's played about as well to start the half as you could have asked.
Yeah, I'm very glad you mentioned the part about the turnovers because we have seen that the Wolverines have really struggled with turnovers, especially in the first half. And then who knows what Dusty May says to them in the locker room, but it always seems to work out in the second half when it really matters. And right now, the Wolverines have 7 turnovers. Tarleton State has 14 turnovers. And we'll see how this keeps on going. But if it is like how it has happened in the past few games of this early season, we'll see that the Wolverines really are able to decrease their turnover numbers.
Yeah, for sure. And look, it's part of the growing pains of a new team, revamped roster. You kind of expect to make some careless plays just as the team's trying to build chemistry with each other. So you're hoping that gets better as the year goes on. But so far, at least in the second half, they've seemed to clean it up. They're playing with a lot more energy on offense, which you want to see. Donaldson's really getting going. And I think something about this Michigan offense is when you have a guy like Donaldson playing with this much energy, getting to the glass like that, it makes a big difference, makes everything around him easier. And so far, they've looked a lot better this half.
Yeah, and a lot of the Wolverine turnovers really come from this fast action that they really want to try to implement into their system. Dusty May said it a million times that, first of all, he does not want one star player on the team. He wants many stars on his team because he does not know who he'll need to count on later in the season to be able to convert some points. And now we're seeing that in these fast break opportunities, they're finally being able to clean up these turnovers that were being so dominant in the first few games of the season. And honestly, for a team that's looking to make a deep March Madness run, this is what you like to see, this progression.
Yeah, for sure. I think they're really cleaning up in the transition game. I guess going forward, what you want to see more from the Wolverines is just in the half court being less careless, watching their passes, watching where they're dribbling. But these are growing pains. You expect these things to get better as the year goes on, and like especially if there's a team that wants to make a special run this year, you're going to have to clean up the turnovers, but you kind of expect to see that as the year progresses and they build chemistry with one another.
Yeah, the Wolverines are really trying to find their identity in a half-court offense because we clearly see it with their defense, with their transition offense. But on the half-court offense, we're still seeing what's happening. Trey Donaldson has taken charge of this Dusty May offense, and he has been incredible at it. Nemari Burnett at times is the star player making big shots. We're still seeing how they're meshing together with Danny Wolf and Golden, seeing how they're going to work together.
It's a tough assignment. You have a lot of star players on this team, and it's tough to figure out how to get this offense to work most efficiently. But I think what they've noticed is that Donaldson, quarterback in this offense, might be their best bet at running an efficient offense.
Absolutely. And now we're back in action with 15 minutes and 43 seconds left. Danny Wolf hits his first free throw out of 2. So the score is now 52-32 as he nails his second free throw. And now Wolverines with a 20-point lead with a little bit of more than 15 minutes left to go in action. We'll see how large they're able to make this lead or if Tarleton State will be able to close in on this. And we saw them still pressing a little bit with Amar Burnett really playing some tight defense on Mpaka. Now swinging it out. Mizzle with the ball up top. Passing it now to Crass. Crass tightly guarded. Now to Harrison. Now tries to penetrate it to Mpaka. And Gale Jr. with a tough foul on the Texans center. He will be able to shoot now 2 free throws.
Great pass by Harrison Jr. there, getting inside to Mpaka and letting him work.
That was a great pass, and it's very hard to penetrate this tall Wolverine front court. So if they're able to get down there, the Wolverines are probably going to foul him or get a block on him. And he makes the first free throw. We have some subs coming in for the Wolverines. Now we have number 24, Sam Walters, coming in for number 50, Vlad Golden. And Sam Walters has been an absolute sniper for the Wolverines this season. And Mpaka is able to make the second free throw now. We got Trey Donaldson bringing the ball up right now. Pass it to Danny Wolf. Danny Wolf looking to go to a great pass to Trey Donaldson, who's able to make a nice backdoor cut and for an easy layup right there. Great pass from Danny Wolf, who loves to give those nice passes.
Love when you get to mesh together Donaldson's quickness with Wolf's IQ and passing abilities. Normally works out well.
It does work out well. And the Wolverines defense does not seem to stop, even though they have a 20-point lead. They are now getting tightly guarded by Trey Donaldson. Sam Walters now guarding Miles. Passes it, tries to penetrate. Danny Wolf does reach over into Mpaka.
Yeah, it's got a little handsy there.
Yeah. And honestly, what we have seen, though, is the Wolverines have not fouled as much this game as they've had in the past games.
Yeah, they cleaned it up a bit here.
They had gotten into foul trouble the past games, and they seem to be pretty well right now. And now with a massive, massive turnover here, as Danny Wolf is able to deflect the incoming pass in from the Texans.
Yeah, the Wolverines like to play tight man defense, and that can lead to fouls sometimes. But if they can find a way to play this tight defense without fouling, it could be a special combo.
Absolutely. Namar Burnett tries to penetrate now. Passes out to Danny Wolf, who's wide open for 3. And Danny Wolf hits nothing but air as his air balls out and goes into the bleachers. And Danny Wolf does like to shoot the ball a lot, and we have seen him make those shots. So we look to see as he heats up for that. We got Ruben Jones now checking in for number 4, Namari Burnett, and he will be participating in this tough press defense the Wolverines have put up in the second half. Able to inbound it to the center, now pulling back out to Crass. Crass guarded by Jones. Crass trying to move it around. He's able to find Miles. Miles at the top of the key. Tries to penetrate, and Danny Wolf reaches in again on a very similar play as before to Mpaka. And what we're seeing here is Danny Wolf really just getting a little bit anxious that he's one-on-one down there without Golden being able to help him, honestly.
Yeah, you saw early in the half, Wolf was really excelling in that one-on-one matchup with Benjamin. But down low against a bigger Mpaka, just getting a little handsy, not so comfortable, and leads to another foul.
Yeah, absolutely. So now Tarleton State will be able to inbound it. Gets it out to Miles. Miles one-on-one with Gale Jr. And a three here from Crass. Crass hits the rim twice, but they're able to get an offensive rebound here. And another foul here on the Wolverines. If I'm not mistaken, that is going to be on Will Cheddar, who just checked into the ball game. Will Cheddar did check in for Danny Wolf, who was in foul trouble. That was his third foul. And now this is Will Cheddar's second foul. So we're seeing the Michigan big men getting into foul trouble here in the second half.
Yeah, ever since Golden left the game, Michigan's been struggling a little bit to find the formula down low.
Yeah. And now with a tough pass and to inbound it, and the Wolverines are able to almost get a steal here, but now a fast break opportunity for Tarleton State, who gets to Mpaka and hits the back iron of the rim for an easy teardrop shot. Wolverine rebound out to Trey Donaldson, who's pushing the ball up. Nice defense here by Tarleton State on the transition to stop the fast break bucket. Trey's moving it around. Gets it here to Gale Jr. Gale's looking for Sam Walters. Walters now one-on-one versus Harrison. Pass out to Cheddar. Cheddar with a big three and hits the back iron. Good offensive rebound. Now gets it back out to Trey. Trey with a tough layup and is fouled. And I'm pretty sure they're going to call
I believe it's on Tarleton.
I think it's on Tarleton State. I think he signaled an over-the-back foul on that offensive rebound.
Yeah, hard to tell. Impressive drive there by Donaldson. Just missed the glass.
And he loves making those tough layups. He really has a deep layup package, and he loves attacking, even if it's two big men down there, and trying to make some magic work.
Didn't miss that time, but I think really has a strong feel for the glass.
He really does. And now we have LJ Kaysen checking in the ball game. This is an unusual lineup for the Wolverines that we haven't seen play much together. Cheddar gets it in to Trey. Trey kicks it back out to the corner to Gale Jr. Gale Jr. now to Sam Walters in the corner, misses off the front end of the rim. Another offensive rebound for the Wolverines. Trey has the ball again at the top, kicks out to Gale Jr. Now to Kaysen, who pump fakes it, gets it to Trey. And Trey steps on the sideline, and now will be a turnover for Trey Donaldson, and now it will be Tarleton State ball after three offensive rebounds for the Wolverines.
Yeah, impressive obsession there. Just couldn't finish.
And a pretty wild stat, but the Wolverines have 13 defensive rebounds today and 10 offensive rebounds too. So almost an equal amount of offensive rebounds to defensive rebounds.
And that's been a point of emphasis so far this year. They've struggled a little bit in that department, but they've been better tonight.
Yeah. And now Pippen checks into the ball game. Gale Jr. guarding up Miles from the Texans. Trying to get rid of the ball. He's not unable to do so. Still with the ball, Miles trying to shake it something. Nice pass to Mpaka, and Mpaka makes a monster slam down low, wide open.
It's his first of the game.
Yeah. Gale Jr. now has the ball. Cheddar wide open three from the top. Unable to connect. It's the right side of the rim. And that's a Tarleton State rebound. Now they're trying to push with this offensive intensity. Trying to create some buckets. 54 Wolverines, 36 Tarleton State. 12 minutes left to go in this half. And that's another big shot for Tarleton State. They're able to connect.
Really working through Mpaka a lot more this half, and he's finally getting the baskets to drop.
Yeah. And now Kaysen with the ball up. Tries to move it around. Gets it now to Walters, and Walters now has the ball to top. Tries to penetrate, and that's going to be an offensive foul on Walters, who was set up perfectly. A perfect defensive possession by Tarleton State as Mpaka draws him in and is right outside the restricted zone. So now it's 54 Wolverines, 38 Tarleton State. 11 minutes, 54 seconds to go in this game. What do you think Tarleton State's going to try to do to close this lead in these last few minutes that are really able to get them to come in?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like they've improved defensively here. Michigan's in a scoring drought, haven't scored in the last 3 minutes, missed their last 5 field goals. Some of that is just poor shooting. Some of that's just like lack of creativity on offense, not finding the best looks. And I think offensively they've kind of found a better formula, at least with Golden out of the game. It's a lot easier for them to get the ball inside to Mpaka. And Mpaka's their second best scorer. That's a guy you want to get going. And I think they've done a much better job at like working the offense through him this half. They're really a team that revolves around Benjamin and Mpaka. Mpaka didn't get going in the first half. They've started working through him in the second half. If they can also get Benjamin going again, Michigan might need to watch out.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And something very interesting to note is that Dusty May is not afraid to take the starters out, even in positions like this where we see the other team making a run for their money. I mean, the lineup we have in is a lineup that you really would not expect. They're all players who are in the rotation, but you would expect them to be weaved in with the starters a little bit and seeing a little bit more of really a traditional lineup when the game's not over yet, is what I'm trying to say. And right now in the game we have Kaysen, Pippen, Jones, Walters, and Cheddar. Not a single starter in the game right now. And Dusty May has repeatedly said, if a starter is not playing up to the standards or making a lot of turnovers, he will be taken out for someone on the bench who he knows will perform.
Yeah, we saw that against Miami, Ohio. First couple minutes weren't going so well for the Wolverines. 3 minutes into the game, May takes out the entire starting unit, puts in a new 5. Maybe, it's early in the year, team's still trying to find a way to play with each other. It is interesting the way May splits up his lineup. Doesn't really like playing bench guys with the starters as much. We'll go either like 5 starters or 5 bench guys, maybe leaving one like starting guard in to play with the bench guys, but really splitting them up. This bench guys have struggled a little bit this game. Not been great.
They are struggling a little bit this game. Walters is playing a good game. He has 8 points. He's 3 for 6 on the field with 2 3-pointers. But other than that, no one else on the bench has really been an offensive factor. On the defensive end, they've all been pretty spectacular. I mean, you can see the intensity and the energy they bring on the defensive end, which is what I think Dusty May uses them for. When the starting 5 is not playing the standards he wants to put in that bench unit to really prove to the starters, hey, look at what the bench guys are doing, bring that intensity again.
Really good point. I mean, when you watch guys like Reuben Jones play defense, watch Pippen play defense, these are guys that play defense really hard, and it's fun to watch. Obviously, you're losing a little bit on the offensive end when you put the bench unit in, but I think these guys really bring it defensively. And you have another bit of an interesting lineup right here. Wolf out of the game, Donaldson out of the game, Golden's back in, run with 4 of the bench guys. We'll see how this goes. Yeah,
and the Wolverines right now are on a 3-minute scoring drought. They are 0 for their last 5 field goal attempts, and we'll see if they're able to create some offensive opportunity with this new unit. Tarleton State with a wild pass to get those started, and although he was alone all the way on the other side of the court, he does step out of bounds with the ball.
Yeah, you were through that one. Looked a little bit like high school ball there.
A little bit like a recreational ball right there. Almost worked though. The Wolverines will now have possession on their side, and it inbounds into LJ Kaysen. Kaysen's now bringing it up, trying to formulate something. The little freshman gets a great pass to Golden, and Golden is unable to connect with a little teardrop.
Really good pass there. Golden just missed it.
And now we got Mizzle bringing the ball for Tarleton State, tightly guarded by Pippen at the top of the key. Passes it now to Benjamin. Benjamin now to Harrison. Harrison keeps on moving into Miles. Miles has been guarded by Sam Walters, who has a long reach. And we're going to get an off-ball foul here, I believe, on the Wolverines, and that will be on LJ Kaysen. It will be an off-ball foul. That'll be the team's 7th foul right now.
It's Kaysen's 2nd.
Making Tarleton State now in the bonus. They will shoot 1 for 1. And we have Ronnie Harrison Jr. at the free throw line.
Yeah, fouls have just been an issue for Michigan so far in the second half. Already in the bonus with 7 fouls. Harrison's at the line for 2 here.
And he's able to hit the back iron of the rim and get a nice bounce in to drop the first free throw. Lining up for the second free throw. And swishes that one through.
Only a 14-point game now. Michigan's want to look to score here.
Tarleton State on 6-0 run right now with Kaysen bringing the ball up. Tries to get rid of it, unable to do so. Tightly guarded by Mizzle. And now a foul here by Tarleton State, who got a little bit overly aggressive. And they're going to charge it to Ipaka.
I think Ipaka, yeah.
Ipaka really has been a big impact in the second half of the game, and we'll see what they elect to do with him now that he has a couple fouls on the board. He has 4 fouls now, so he will have to come out of the game as they hope to really be able to put him back in for the little stretch of the game.
That's a big loss for Tarleton. He's been one of their better players in the second half. Really hurts to lose him there. Michigan should look to capitalize.
Gale Jr. now passes the ball to Kaysen. Kaysen gets double teamed. really aggressively double teamed. And we're going to have a jump ball here between Kaysen and Mizzle. And possession is to the Wolverines, so they'll retain possession. But
Tarleton must have
great
seen
defense
something.
here from Tarleton.
Yeah, completely. Tarleton must have seen something in the way Kaysen's dribbling. That's back-to-back times of them just like completely pressing him at the top of the key. Worked right there, forcing a jump ball.
Yeah, and it makes absolute sense now that the Dusty May has elected to put Trey Donaldson in for LJ Kaysen, who really struggled to take control of the offense here. Inbounds it to Golden. Golden now gets back to Gale Jr. Sam Walters, top of the key, corner Pippin. Pippin puts up a shot and hits nothing. Airballs it, easy rebound for Mizzle. Texans bring the ball up, Trey Donaldson and guarding them tight. Now Benjamin passing it out. Evans now has the ball, gets it to Miles. Mizzle now trying to penetrate, unable to do so. Oh, and a nice throw by Golden. It pokes Trey Donaldson with the fast break opportunity, gets it down to Sam Walters, who elects to pass it out to Golden. Now Wolverines will reset the offense, try to get something going. And go hands by Benjamin, who pokes the pass out of bounds. Now Namari Burnett will check in for Pippin, and Sam Walters will also come out, and I want to say, yes, Gale Jr. has checked in.
Yeah, getting most of the starting unit back out there.
And quick and easy foul for the Wolverines as Miles fouls Namari Burnett on the inbound pass.
I'd like to see him set up the offense here, get Donaldson top of the key, get a screen from Golden, see what you can do from that.
Absolutely. And now Trey with a nice alley-oop pass and slam from Gale Jr. Absolutely electrifies the crowd here in Crisler Arena.
Beautiful cut there by Gale. Great pass by Donaldson too.
Wolverines now.
First bucket in a long time.
Yeah. And a tough foul. Namari Burnett's getting a little aggressive again.
That's his third.
And you do not want to see these Wolverine guards get into foul trouble this late into the game on mistakes like those.
Especially with Tarleton already in the bonus. Just not a worth it foul. Get back on defense there. Let them play it out.
And like we said, Tarleton State for the rest of this game will be in the bonus. They're shooting 1 for 1 now.
At the line, shooting 1-1 for the Texans, number 4,
Zell here for Tarleton shooting 1. Hits the first one. Making it a 15-point game, 56-41 Michigan. 9:58 left in the half. Second one rims in, and it's good. 14-point game. Burnett taking it down for the Wolverines. On the right wing, holding it. Guarded tightly by Miles. Finds Gold in the corner, foul. Believe that was Harrison Jr.
And this has been more of a chippy game in the second half compared to the first half. The first half, in my opinion, was a much faster paced with a lot less fouls, really a lot more fast-paced buckets, and now it seems to slow down with a combined 15 fouls in this half.
For sure, and also just careless fouls from both teams, not what you want to see. But now you get to see Golden go to the line up by 14. Golden already taken 4 free throws this game, shooting 3 for 4 from the line with 11 points. Actually, no, they're going to send Burnett to the line.
And with 10 minutes left to go in this game, it is the Wolverines 56 and the Texans 42. Both teams in the bonus now.
9:48 remaining. Burnett with the first one. Rims out, no good. Rebounded by Miles. Mizzell taking it down for Tarleton State. Tarleton on top of the key. Mizzell dribbling. Finds Miles, loses out of bounds, Michigan ball. Just sloppy play there. Miles probably should have had it. Loses it in his hands. Michigan taking it down. That's 18 turnovers now for the Tarleton Texans.
And Trey Donaldson really has a way to force turnovers.
Yeah. Here goes Donaldson. To Jones. To pick from Burnett. Back Donaldson top of the key. Golden takes it inside. Call a foul there. I don't know who that's on. That's on Tarleton. Michigan will be sending Golden to the line here. A lot of fouls, really slow game. Seems like just back and forth. Every possession, either turnover, foul. Not pretty basketball.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more.
0 Miles has been disqualified.
And with Miles, that is his 5th foul.
Five fouls for Miles, and that is the last thing you want to see right now for Tarleton State, as he was playing very well. He will end it with 7 points on 3 for 6 shooting, with 4 total rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 turnover on 28 minutes played. So he really was one of those main players for Tarleton State.
Unfortunate there for Tarleton as Golden hits the first one. And you know, this is a close game, much closer than people expected. Only 15-point game, but you lose Miles, and Paca's already got 4. Not what Tarleton State wants here if they want to make a late run. Golden going up for the second. No good. Oh, close play there, and it's out of bounds, Tarleton. And it'll be Michigan's ball. Rebound went wide. Both Paca and Burnett went after it. Went after Paca out of bounds. Michigan will have 20 on the shot clock. Up by 15. Five-second there, violation there on the Wolverines. We send the ball right back to Tarleton. Michigan, that's only their 10th turnover of the game, so they've cleaned it up a little bit more from the previous ones.
Just those careless turnovers that you do not want to see.
Yeah, don't want to see that there. Here's Mazzell taking it down for Tarleton. Donaldson on the top of the key. Mazzell finds Benjamin on the left wing. Pocket top of the key. Mazzell back. Benjamin again on the left wing. Benjamin with Burnett on him. Harrison back out wide. On the left wing, puts up a 3, no good. Rebounded by Golden. Passing out wide to Donaldson. Donaldson to Jones. Takes it inside. Contested layup. No good. Rebound Burnett. Back up to Jones. Corner. Oh. Foul there. Golden got fouled there inside. Gale tried to find him. Ball went wide, but they called a foul on Tarleton. And Michigan will be going back to the line. Story of this half. Fouls after fouls after fouls.
And if I'm Tarleton State, I'm looking for Boo Boo Benjamin to provide me some offense right now. He is a proven shooter that can get points on the board for you with his 3-point shot. And he's just been unable to even get a shot up this half.
Golden first shot, no good. Harrison has it, and it's out of bounds, but Tarleton will retain possession. Yeah, it's interesting how Benjamin had such an electric first half. I feel like Michigan's done a much better job trying to stay tight and contain him here, but really just haven't seen him involved in the offense that much. Tarleton inbounding, Michigan pressing once again. Mazzell has it, Michigan will drop off. 8:37 remaining, Michigan up 57-42. Mazzell with it for Tarleton, Burnett on him. Benjamin on the right wing. Careless pass, but Tarleton keeps it. Evans, left wing. Looking inside to Harrison, they're able to get it there. Gale on him. Harrison backing up Gale. Loses it. Michigan has it. Burnett in transition. Out to Donaldson for the 3 ball. He puts it up. No good. Rebounded Paca, and Tarleton gets it back. Mazzell here for Tarleton. Looking to create something down 15. Reuben Jones on him. And Paca comes up with a screen left. Mazzell loses it. Out to Benjamin. Benjamin with Burnett on it. Michigan doing a great job doubling in there. Back out to Mazzell. Good hands. Oh, but Harrison ends up with it. Contested layup, no good, but then Paca gets on the rebound. 57-44 Michigan with 7:38 remaining. Gale has it. Backing up Mazzell. Inside to Golden. Golden can't hit the layup again. Bad miss there.
It's been an ugly first half for this Wolverine starting 5, who has been really unable to convert on some easy buckets.
Mazzell has it. Donaldson on him. Golden struggling to make these easy layups. Mazzell inside. Great. Tries to pass it out. Good tip there by Burnett. Goes out of bounds. Wow, so gotta say, Michigan came into this game heavy favorites. Tarleton lost their last game by 71 points to Baylor. Michigan came into the game 31-point favorites. Interesting to see so far. Tarleton staying with him. What do you make of
And
this?
they absolutely are staying with them, and this has been so unexpected. And this is not in a way to discredit Tarleton State, who has really turned their program around and become a very respectable D1 program in the past few years. But you just expect more from the Wolverines, especially with the competition they've played in the past few days with TCU, right? Miami, Ohio, they're also a good team, and they were able to get good wins on those teams, and you expect them to be able to blow these other less difficult teams out. So major credit to Tarleton State here today.
Yeah, I came into this game thinking that maybe this could be somewhat of a trap game, and so far it really has been. Michigan, especially here in the second half, shooting 1 of their last 11 from the field, just a little careless offensively, not getting great looks. And when they do get good looks like Golden there, missing the easy layup. Michigan's want to look to improve offensively. If you're Tarleton here, you're only down by 13, 7 minutes left. How are you working the offense? How are you making a comeback happen?
I mean, it's a ball game, like we kept on saying. And my 2 main points of concern right now that also lead me to my 2 main points of how they'll be able to score and maybe take this game is keeping Benjamin and Mpaka out of foul trouble. They each have 4 fouls, and in my opinion, they're the 2 most important people to this team because Benjamin, we saw in the first half, he can turn it on at any point, and he can propel them to score points for the team. And Mpaka has been a force in the second half down low. So first of all, let's keep those 2 guys out of foul trouble, and then let's feed Benjamin outside for the 3, and then maybe have some little pick and roll action with Benjamin and Mpaka to see if they can either get a 3 or maybe push it down low to Mpaka, who's been dominant down low.
Yeah, Benjamin and Mpaka, Tarleton State's 2 best scorers. Benjamin averaging 15 a game, and Mpaka averaging 9 a game. I think if you're Michigan here, you want to look to attack those guys offensively. Maybe find a way to get them out of this game. Those are the main focal points for the Tarleton offense. And if you're able to find a way to get them out of the game, makes the rest of the way a lot easier for the Wolverines. And then on the Tarleton side, still want to see if there's a way to maybe get Benjamin going more. Been quiet in this half, still yet to score. Michigan's guarded him well, but I think you're right about this the pick and roll point. Find a way to get both those guys moving. Mpaka gets at a good screen. Benjamin can move pretty well. See if they can get the 2 of them going. You're only down by 13 with 7 minutes left. Many people didn't expect this. We'll see what happens here going forward. Michigan now has Walters in the game, going with 4 other starters. You got Burnett, Gale, Donaldson, and Wolf. 7:13 remaining. Michigan up 57-44. 10 on the shot clock. Benjamin with Walters on him. Looking to find space. Can't find it. Benjamin back with it. Top of the key. 2 or something on the shot clock. Takes a deep 3. Won't go. Rebound Wolf. And Donaldson out quickly in transition. Here goes Donaldson. Burnett gets in the corner. It's good. Big time 3 there for Namari Burnett. And it comes at a time when Michigan most desperately needed it, extending the lead to 16 with 6:44 remaining.
And that's exactly what you expect from Namari Burnett, a seasoned veteran who's able to make big shots in the crutch.
Harrison has it top of the key. 15 on the shot clock. Benjamin with it. Gale on him. Kicks it to Mizell. Mizell. Top of the key, looking to find something. Benjamin left wing. Tries to get inside to Harrison. Stole by Burnett. Gale out transition. Out to Walters. Easy 2. And Michigan extends the lead to 18. Defense lead, offense right there. And Tarleton uses a timeout.
And this has been exceptional basketball after this timeout from the Wolverines offensively. We saw really what propelled it is what has been propelling this team the whole season, and it is defense. Defense, defense, defense has been what gets Michigan these easy buckets that gets the offense comfortable again. Because right now, you have pretty much an all-starting 5 lineup, except for instead of Golden in, you have Sam Walters in, and where Sam Walters is, he's a shooter. And what do shooters do? They're going to shoot, as we just saw. This is what put points on the board for the Wolverines.
Yeah, I really feel like the vibes in the stadium changed a lot there. Last break, like less than a minute ago, 13-point game. We're talking about Tarleton may come back. Michigan extends the lead to 18. And I think you can just tell just from watching them, Michigan just feels a lot more comfortable in transition, especially Donaldson there. First on that first bucket, moving quickly, finding Burnett for the open 3. And then once again, Burnett with a great steal, getting Walters with an easy 2 down low. Michigan, when they move quick, that seems to be when their offense works most efficiently. And now you've extended the lead to 18 with 6 minutes left. Tarleton, what are you looking to do here?
They need some last-minute magic, and I'll go back to my points that giving it to the shooters. Benjamin has played pretty much the whole game today. He has 30-plus minutes, and all those points are from the first half. So try to get him the ball. Harrison has also been able to get some points down. He's shooting pretty poorly, 40% from the field, but he has been able to get points going for him. So feed those guys. But honestly, if Tarleton wants to stay in this game, they need to stop turning the ball over.
And you can tell Benjamin looks a little bit tired out there, but you want to see him maybe look to attack more. Seems like he's passing out a lot of options. Michigan's playing him well, and they got guys ready for him down low, but want to see him shoot a little more. That was a big three for Michigan.
That was a big three.
They're only shooting 5 of 18 from 3 today.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know what? There's still a lot of basketball left. 6 minutes left. Anything can happen in those 6 minutes. Basketball is a game of runs, and we'll see if Tarleton's able to make a run right now for it.
100%. Mays in the huddle probably telling his team, keep the calm, hold on, 6 minutes left.
Yeah.
Let's close out this homestand with a win.
And the local Ann Arbor fans seem to be pretty confident as the bleachers are emptying out. So
it's been pretty quiet here tonight. Maybe people are already leaving for Thanksgiving break.
It is a late game. Started at 8:30 here. We're still live at Crisler Arena. It's about to be 10:30 now. So we see there's still school tomorrow for the kids. Might be a reason. Or maybe everyone's just so confident in the Wolverines this year.
Maybe. Look, Tarleton's not a big-name school. Maybe that's the reason for the crowd right now. But, look, the student section, they stuck around. They're still into it. Let's go into Thanksgiving break with a win.
Absolutely. Cannot agree more.
So 62-44, Michigan leads. 6:15 remaining. Michigan rolling with the same 5 they have for the last couple minutes. Benjamin inbounding for Tarleton. Michigan with the press. They get it. Other side of the court, Mazel. Mazel dribbling around. Takes it back up top. Got Gale on him. Mazel. Nowhere to go. Still dribbling. Finds Martinez. Back up to Harrison Jr. Finds Benjamin with Donaldson on him. Gets it tied to Apaka, and Apaka won't go. Good contest there by Wolf. And Gale rebounds and gets fouled. So he will be going to the line there. Really strong defensive possession there for the Wolverines. Just once again, I know I've been banging this drum the last couple minutes, but Benjamin there gets a mismatch with the smaller Donaldson on him. Doesn't take advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. And that will now be a total of 18 fouls in this half. So really rough basketball for both teams.
Ugly basketball.
And that will put the Wolverines down in double bonus, so 2 guaranteed free throws for them.
Gale hits the first one. Yeah, that's kind of the talk coming into the game. We've talked about the turnovers, somewhat the rebounding, the free throw shooting. But just in general, I think Michigan wants to clean up the basketball they're playing right now. They're fouling a lot, but also Tarleton's fouling even more. And just been sending the Michigan line constantly over the last couple minutes. Second one won't fall. Out of bounds. Off the Wolverines. Can be Tarleton ball. Crowd doesn't like that one.
And that's the second time that Namari Burnett, off the free throw, has chased the long rebound and almost created possession for the Wolverines again.
So close. Burnett hustling well. Michigan pressing. Tarleton breaks it. Here's Evans. To Harrison Jr. Back up to Mazel. Donaldson on him, top of the key. 5:35 left. Michigan up by 19. Donaldson playing him tight. Gets it to Harrison. Harrison nowhere to go, top of the key. Trying to find inside to Apaka, can't. Evans with it now for Tarleton. Dribbling around, nowhere to go. Harrison has it. Driving inside on Walters. Turnaround jumper. He got it off too late. Shot clock violation there. Impressive defense there by the Wolverines. Really giving him nowhere to go.
Very impressive defense. And Tarleton cannot afford these long possessions without any points at the end of it. I mean, they just spent 30 seconds passing it around the arc, and then finally in the last 5 seconds, try to penetrate and unable to do so.
Yeah, maybe look to set some type of pick or something. Half-court offense doesn't need to be working there for them right now. Wolf has it. Looking for a cutter. Won't happen. Burnett gets it. Drives. Kicks it back out to Wolf. Wolf with a deep 3. Won't go. Ball goes out of bounds. Going to be Tarleton ball.
And Wolf with a very quiet game today. Only 4 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 assist. But he has still had an impact on the floor, even though it has not come through points.
Yeah, still hasn't hit a 3, though. 0 for 3 from three-point land this game. Mazel with it. Moving around. And Apaka, top key. Evans, right flank. Evans takes it inside. Tries to get it down low to Apaka. Great defensive play there by Wolf, batting it out of bounds.
And that was good penetration by Tarleton State. Good plan.
Yeah, I liked a little more of the motion creativity there.
Yeah.
Something I feel like has really been lacking the last couple minutes. Evans inbounding. Gets to Mpaka. 11 left on the shot clock. Mizell with it, top key. Gets a pick from Mpaka. Mizell inside to Mpaka. Great pass. But Mpaka can't get the 2 to go. That's one you want there for Tarleton. Michigan getting out quick. Walters with a corner 3. Bang! Great hit there by Walters. Michigan moving quickly in transition. Gets a quick 3 to go.
And that's the typical Wolverines transition offense that you love to see.
Beautiful. Extending the lead to 66-44 with 4 minutes remaining. Mizell has it. Tries to get it inside. He does after it's deflected by Donaldson. Harrison. Nice spinorama layup.
Wow. What a spin.
Making it a 20-point game. Gale hits a Cody Burnett, a beautiful feed. And he gets glassed by Mpaka. Wow. Great offense and defense there. Tarleton State takes it back. Harrison Jr. with it. Kicks out to Mizell. Top of the key once again. Mizell gets a switch. Burnett on him. To Harrison Jr. Burnett still on Mizell. 13 left on the shot clock. 3:38 remaining in the game. Gets a pick from Mpaka. Won't go anywhere. Harrison tries to get inside to Mpaka. Pickpocketed. No, but Boo Boo Benjamin gets it outside. Open 3, and he swishes it again. First bucket of the second half for Boo Boo Benjamin. He makes it 66-49 Wolverines. Donaldson with it here for the Michigan Wolverines. Up by 17 with 3:15 remaining. Wolf has it, right flank. Takes it inside. Blocking foul there on, I believe, was Mpaka, yeah.
So that will be his 5th foul, and he will be out of the game.
And yeah, you're right. Forgot about that one. Mpaka out for the game. Michigan now up 17. 3 minutes remaining. Do you go to your bench here, let them ride it, or do you stick with the starters?
Yeah, this is
still in the teens.
This is going to be a bench game. I mean, we've seen Tarleton State really unable to do much in the past few minutes, and I do not think that they're going to really try to make a push here, just because there's honestly not enough time. So I do expect there to be maybe for another 45 seconds, 50 seconds, the starters will come back out, and then we're going to start to see the bench come out and try to get some nice quality minutes in for them.
Yeah, I think an underrated storyline here in this game is I think Michigan's played really well defensively. Felt like they were playing well defensively in the first half. Tarleton was just shooting really well, especially from 3. But they've really locked down this half, only allowing 19 points. And while we could talk about the offense, and they've had good and bad moments, the defense has been really impressive here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I could not agree more with you. The defense has been stellar for the Wolverines, and that's been the story of this year with the Wolverines, you know? With a team that's very new together, you know, there's not much chemistry. The thing you can always rely on is defense. Offense, you do need chemistry to be able to work together, right? Because you cannot just have one person making all the action. We saw that with Hunter Dickinson in the years past. It wasn't a one-man show, and it's not able to create an offense off of that. But the defense, they're able to all work as one cohesive unit, and it's been working out steadily this year.
Yeah, it works well, and you just have these, you got big men, you have these twitchy guards that can guard everywhere, easy switches all around. And I think when Michigan's defense is really humming, so is their offense. They can create turnovers, lead that to fast break points, which is where Michigan is really at their best. And I think they've done a good job, really, in the second half, just locking down defensively, really taking Tarleton's best players out of this game. And now we got 3 minutes left, and we're looking to close this one out and send everyone home for Thanksgiving break.
Yeah. We'll see what happens in the last 3 minutes. Wolverines 66, Texans 49.
Tarleton State Texans out of Stephenville, Texas, making their second ever trip to Ann Arbor to face the Wolverines. Last time they played, Tarleton shocked some people, keeping it an 11-point game. They've kept people on alert tonight, keeping this close throughout. Michigan looking to run away with it here and close out this homestand with a 3-0 record. Wolf at the line. Michigan's in the double bonus, so he'll be shooting 2 here. Up by 17 with 3:09 remaining. Danny Wolf with 4 points on the night. Looking to extend on that here. First one swishes, it's good. 67-49 Michigan. Wolf once again. Good again. Wolf knocks down both. 19-point Michigan lead. Interestingly, 19-point lead, 3 minutes left. Michigan sticking with the starters here.
And that's the Dusty Man mentality with the press also. Again, like you said, almost a 20-point lead, and they're still pressing.
Yeah. Shows something about the character of this team and the way Dusty May likes to play.
Yeah.
Kickball there on Donaldson. Texans will keep possession. 2:59 remaining here. Tarleton looking inbound. Mazzell with it. Reuben Jones on him. Mazzell Jones, such a great defender. Not giving him any space. Might look for a pick here. Here goes Harrison on the pick. Gets the switch. Mazzell with Wolf on him. Benjamin in the right flank. Gets it back up to Mazzell. Mazzell drives. Contested. No good. Shot clock violation there. Another impressive defensive possession there for the Wolverines. Giving him nowhere to go. I love when I see Reuben Jones top of the key. That defense
he has
is
been playing
swarming.
this whole game. Incredible defense. He really has.
Something he always brought to North Texas. Bring it over here to Ann Arbor. Hope he can be a special player. Have a big role in this Wolverine team this year. Michigan with it. Wolf dribbling. Jones in the corner. Jones back up to Wolf. Wolf with a cutting Donaldson. Back to Gale. He slams it home. Great passing there from the Wolverines.
And that is truly incredible offense and incredible views from not only that last pass from Trey to Gale, but all the way from the start from Danny Wolf all the way to the corner.
Michigan now up by 21 with 2:05 remaining. Mazzell drives. Nowhere to go. Back up to Benjamin. Finds Evans on the right. Looking. Martinez top. Inside to Harrison. 6 on the shot clock. Puts up over Wolf. Won't go. Rebound Walters. Great defense there from the Wolverines. Jones. Back to Walters. Walters looking. Finds Wolf. Top key. Wolf being closely guarded there by Harrison. Finds a Gale inside. Kicks out to Walters in the corner. No good. Rebound Mazzell. Good passing there for the Wolverines. Mazzell with it. 1:25 left. Michigan up by 21. Donaldson still closely guarding him. Not making anything easy, even with such little time remaining. Oh, and he gets it pickpocketed by Wolf. Donaldson in transition. Takes it inside. And one. Trey Donaldson. Hesitating on that three-pointer. Decides to take it inside. Takes the contact and one. Now up by 23 with 1:07 remaining.
And
Michigan leaving no doubt here.
It's what we're always saying with Trey Donaldson. He loves going in for the contact, even against 2 or 3 people, and delivering big, nasty layups against these big men.
That was nice there. Subs coming in. We got Howard. No, not Howard. Sorry. We got Brooks, Pippen. Oh, Jace isn't. Jace isn't. Sorry about that, folks.
Yeah, now the lineup out here for the Wolverines is Trey Donaldson, Jace Howard, Fat Brooks, Justin Pippen, and Will Cheddar.
There we go.
Trey Donaldson with a pretty nice game, 13 points on 62% shooting, 5 assists, and 1 steal.
Been a special player so far for the Wolverines. Donaldson. It's another free throw. Won't go. Benjamin loses it out of bounds, and Wolverines will retain possession. Even up by 23. Michigan still playing tight defense, and Donaldson's going to be checked out here. Kaysen coming in. Impressive showing there. Cheddar gets it there for the Wolverines. Dribbling, top key. Cheddar, lose it for a second. Retains possession. Ball on the ground. Tarleton has it. Weird sequence there, but Tarleton keeps possession. Under 1 minute remaining. We got 48 seconds left. Michigan up 72-49. Tarleton has it, top of the key. Kaysen still playing tight defense. Michigan unrelenting this game. Harrison Jr. has it. To Mazzell. Pippen on him. Tarleton won't get the shot to go. Kaysen has it, 23 remaining, and Michigan's going to dribble this one out, so maybe not. Still running their offensive sequence. A little strange, up by 23 with 14 remaining, but I guess this is how it's going to be done. Kaysen puts up a deep three. Won't go. Odd basketball there, up by 23. 3 seconds left. 2, 1. Under a second left, and Tarleton loses it out of bounds. 0.2 remaining. It's a strange final sequence.
Strange final sequence. And with that, the Wolverines will inbound the ball, and it will be
And
game
that is
over.
it.
We ended this game with the Michigan Wolverines 72 against the Tarleton State Texans 49. The stat leaders for this game was Gale Jr. for the Wolverines with 16 points, Danny Wolf with 6 rebounds, and Trey Donaldson with 5 assists. As for the Tarleton State Texans, Boo Boo Benjamin had 15 points, Jordan Mizell had 5 rebounds, and Izzy Miles with 2 assists. And honestly, a pretty ugly win for the Wolverines towards the end of the stretch, but they were able to dig it out and finish off with a win.
Yeah, it wasn't always pretty basketball, but Michigan made it count when it mattered. Still winning that game by 23. I think kind of been a recurring pattern with the Wolverines this year. Maybe not playing their prettiest basketball, but it's been getting the job done. Winning their 3rd straight game on this homestand, improving the record of 4-1 on the year. And I think there's reason to be optimistic about the Wolverines going forward this season. Big day in Wolverine sports. Bryce Underwood.
Could not have said it better. Absolutely a big day for Michigan Wolverine sports with Bryce Underwood signing, officially committing to the Wolverine football program. And with that being said, the Michigan Wolverines will face off next against the Virginia Tech Hokies Monday, November 25th at 6 p.m. And that will be an away game. And that is it today for our broadcast here live from Crisler Arena. Like I said, Wolverine 72, Tarleton State 49. My name is Meyer Cusnir alongside with Max Schwartz, and we are here on behalf of WCBN Sports, and we wish all of you a happy Thanksgiving and go blue.
Go blue.